The Oologah Mustang Network is on the...
Into the stadium can only mean one thing, that it's Friday night. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg, joined along with my co-host Kevin Hogue, and he's back in the saddle, gentlemen. Blake Salt is back with us tonight on the sidelines. We'll let him enjoy the air conditioning of being outside while we suffer inside here. Hello, everybody. We're glad you're with us. Oologah has had some great rivalries down through the years. Kevin, I've been around this place since 1987. There seems to be one that's at the top of the list. You can throw Wagner in, but it's relatively a recently new rivalry. Claremore, Skytook make that list. But I'm just telling you, from the seat I sit in down through history, tonight is a big game. And as memory serves me well, just 2 years ago, a really, really good Collinsville team. 2 years ago, a really, really good Collinsville team won a gold ball in Class 5A. And you don't win a gold ball very often and then be really bad 2 years later. Cardinals are coming in tonight with a bigger roster, a group of kids that know how to win. But this is a rivalry game, and we're glad that they're here.
Yes, sir. It is a big rivalry game. From the moment I got on campus here 7 years ago, we traditionally have started our season with it. The last couple of years we've started with 0 weeks, so it's a little bit different feel, but definitely a rivalry. And since I've been here, it's been one-sided both ways. We started with 4 or 5 straight wins in a row and kind of some big wins, and then the last few years they've had the upper hand, hoping we can get back on the right side of history tonight.
Blake, you've played in these games. You understand how important it is. Like what you did last season, win-loss record goes a lot of times out the window when it comes time for rivalry.
It does. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter who wins and who lost last year. I know the record's 29-20 right now, all time. This is the 50th game we've played. Oologah's on top with the 29 wins. And it's special when you get to be a part of one of those.
Last week, the Mustangs, they made a few mistakes, but in the end, it looked like they could absolutely do no wrong. The Mustangs had 545 yards of total offense, 479 of that coming on the ground through rushing in their 56-20 win over Fort Gibson. I think tonight may be a little bit of a different story. They won't have the opportunity to be one-dimensional. Last week, they were one-dimensional by choice. They had big success with big chunk plays rushing the ball, and so they just stayed with it. Tonight, you can expect some 3-down linemen from Collinsville, but, man, Coach talked about they're going to put 8 guys in the box and really just try to force us to throw it.
Absolutely. We haven't shown that yet. We didn't have to last week. And talking to Coach Wagner, he kept it on the ground, trying to grind out that clock in the second half. And get the game over with as healthy as we could be with the heat. But this week we're going to have to be more 50-50 balanced. We may even have to throw a little bit to set up the run if we want to come out of here with a win.
Tonight the Cardinals are just down the road on 169. They've made the 12-mile trek as they begin their 2023 campaign. This is actually game 1 for them in week 1. The Mustangs, they're just downright ready to play.
Absolutely. They had another good week of practice. Talking to the guys in the hall, seeing morning pep this morning, which started about 7:35. Been here for 7 years. We had the best pep assembly. Everyone was into it. Everyone was standing the entire time. And I know the football team is juiced and ready to go.
They're ready to go. When we come back, we're going to talk about our starting lineups. We're going to talk about the keys to success for the Mustangs, our weekly conversation with head coach Darren Wagner. Coming up, this is the Mustang Tailgate Show.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas, and yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Hey, Mustang family, I'm back with Coach Wagner. Game 2, week technically 1, and the reason that's important is we played a game, which we won, But Collinsville, our opponents this week, haven't played a game. So first of all, let's kind of go back to last Friday. The heat was so intense, so crazy. By the end of the game, both teams were struggling, obviously, with bodies, and it wasn't injuries, it was just cramping. But talk to me a little bit about the game and first impressions getting to play that game.
Well, first of all, just really proud of our kids. You know, they gutted it out, not just in the game, but the entire week.
Yeah.
It was kind of a gut test. You know, we were practicing at 6 a.m. Those kids probably felt like they were going through 2-a-days again, a short one in the afternoon with film. So I'm just really proud of them. At the end, it was cool to see them get a paycheck on Friday.
Sure.
But yeah, the heat was extreme. There wasn't anything dry on it. The footballs were wet. Everybody at halftime, it was all new towels being passed out to kids, trying to keep hands dry with all the humidity. But all in all, we had some kids step up and played a lot of kids. That's cool to see.
Played a lot of kids with the score and obviously with the weather, and pretty dominant on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. I know we ran for over 400 yards, I think, so that's a really encouraging development. Offensive line did great. This week, though, Collinsville, a little bit different test, obviously. 2 years ago, state champs in 5A. Last year, they made a pretty deep run. Not only are they bigger than us, ADM, but they're bigger than us size-wise. So talk to me a little bit about the challenge they present.
Well, I think, first of all, with their offense, they're pretty diverse. I mean, they can RPO it, they can run it, throw it all on the same play. They can stretch the field with the Hensley kid downfield and the Keith kid inside's a strong runner. So it's not like you can just take one away. You got to play both of them. And then defensively, I think they run really well. Like that's the first thing that stuck out to me was their team speed, and their offensive line's athletic too when they're pulling and things like that. So they're just a really good football team, and so. But we feel like we are too, so it's going to be a fun test.
Yeah, I feel like we're deeper in some positions maybe than we have been. So talk to me. We played a game, they haven't. There's positives and negatives to that. Obviously, we've kind of been tested. They haven't, but maybe they're fresher. I don't know what you would prefer.
I think there's some give and take. I mean, it's always you're anxious week one. There's no doubt about it. If you look at our schedule, emotionally, our kids have a lot because they go the opener, so you're always anxious.
Yeah.
Then they go Collinsville, Claremore. So emotionally, it's like a high. It's kind of a crazy start to the year. But we've got that out of our system a little bit, having played one. It's still the opener for them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've been preparing for Oologah this whole time.
The whole time.
So when we see this scrimmage film, we know that their packages for our game have probably already been in, and we were getting ready for Fort Gibson. So it's kind of like one team having a bye week and the other one not. It's probably the best way I'd put it, but whatever. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I'm glad we're 1-0, and we're going to try to get 2-0.
So you hit on it, 2-0. What do we got to do tonight to make that happen?
Well, we can't let the Hensley kid get loose, number 4. I mean, he's going to get some touches and some catches. Don't let him have explosives. And we got to get this thing to like 3rd and medium or more so you can kind of have the chalk in your hand and try to get off the field. We don't want them to be 2nd and short and 3rd and short because then they can do what they want to do on those downs. And
Sure.
They're a lot harder to defend. And on offense, we got to move the sticks. We need to occupy the ball. Don't go 3 and out. Don't go 3 and out and give them the football right back. Even if you go 2-3 first downs, you don't score, you flip the field, burn some clock, and you're okay, but don't let them run possessions together.
Sure. Well, definitely wish you good luck tonight. Mustang family will be right back with more football after this.
Let Advanced Homes Let Advanced Homes build your next dream home. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that's perfect for you and your family. Our team has an expert ability to take your individual ideas and build the blueprints that will become your dream home, built just for you. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. From the simple to the lavish, we've done it all, and we can help you every step of the way. Visit our website, advancedhbi.com, or call us today, 918-855-6597. Advanced Homes, building your dreams. Let it...
Sports Night at Mustang Stadium in beautiful Oologah, Oklahoma. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue and Blake Salt on the sidelines tonight. Guys, it's a rivalry game, and as long as and there may have been some years in there where we didn't play Collinsville, but as long as I can remember, Collinsville has been a part of the schedule where we just get to play that rivalry.
Yeah, you're older than all of us.
Whoa. Yeah, you're
So
right.
you would-
Okay, yeah, you're
you
right.
would know. But no, and if you think back not too distantly, they were about our size. Obviously, ADM, average daily membership, that they're quite a bit bigger than us now. They're 5A, but still a great rivalry, still a great hard-fought game. Even on one of our worst years or maybe their worst year, still a hard-fought, anyone-can-win game.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the Mustangs as we expect. Had a great conversation with Coach Wagner. He said, yep, this is the anticipated starters. He said, but Brent, we rotate guys in often and early. And so, again, it's a lot, especially because it's still hot tonight. It's not a heat index of 107, but energy management still. And honestly, I think it's a focus for them this season as to just making sure that the 2s and 3s are ready to go. So here we go with the offensive anticipated starters on the offensive line. At right tackle, number 55, Jackson Gill. At right guard, number 71, junior Wrangler Dix. Center, number 54, senior Tyler Stovall. At left guard, number 70, junior Cooper Robinson. And then your left tackle, number 64, a guy they're really excited about, junior Bryce Byers.
Yeah, that offensive line really stepped up last week. You could tell by the offensive lineman of the week. They gave it to everyone, and I think looking back at the film and watching it, we saw multiple instances where we had multiple pancakes on one play, and just a testament to that group, how hard they worked when it was 100-plus heat index.
You got to put last week behind you and look forward to the game that's ahead of you, but I felt like clearly our guys were in better shape last week than the team that we played. I mean, by the time we got to the fourth quarter, every other play, Fort Gibson was having to help a guy off with cramping. And we had our guys with health issues, or cramping issues, but I just felt like our guys were in really better physical condition. And I think that group right there, those 5 names that I just read off, those offensive linemen, they're going to try to conserve their energy. They've got to be sharp and ready to go in the fourth quarter because I really do think they're going to be key to what we do tonight.
Absolutely, and Coach talked about it in the coaches show. I feel the same way. This is going to be a fourth quarter game. You're going to have some gas in the tank on that offensive line. We talked a little bit beforehand. Blake saying that he thought that was going to be one of the keys of the game. Who can push who around, and you're going to have some gas in the tank at the end of the game.
Let's talk a little bit about our receivers. We'll throw our tight end Gavin Salt in there, number 27. He's a junior. But in the receiver slot, some guys that have speed. They just don't have a lot of size. Number 4, junior Braxton Davis. Number 2, senior Jackson Burchett. And then the slot, you'll see number 81, Devin Shondell.
Yeah, great group. Didn't make as many plays last week, but there were some unsung. We hit almost a 50-yard touchdown, but we also just blocking down the field. You don't get to see that a lot, maybe on camera, maybe if you're just looking at the stats. But some great blocking down the field to allow Ashton and the other running backs to have a great week.
Blake, I asked the coach. I said, we're gonna have to be able to pass the ball tonight. And last week they rushed the ball by choice, but I said, hey, are your receivers ready for this? Have you been out in the backyard playing catch with Gavin?
No, but I know that during the summer, I'll give testament to them. I know there was a lot of days where they would come up after summer pride in the evenings, and they would all come up and throw together and just start to get some chemistry. You've got new quarterback Brad back there and a lot of returning receivers, but a lot of, new guys. And so I think it was good. They did their time in the summer to be prepared.
Man, I'll tell you what, he had a heck of a week last week. That's our running back, number 21, senior Ashton Wright. And when I asked the coach, okay, what leads this team? And Ashton was the first name that popped out of his mouth. And he said he's not so much that vocal, although he gave the team speech this week. He spoke at dinner the other night. But he said it's his hard work ethic, that Ashton is just a worker. And I said, what makes him so special as a back? Because he just lit it up last week. And so he's in the backfield. You'll also see number 28, senior Braden Stovall. And he had a great week, too, rushing the ball as well. And then quarterback number 11, junior Brad Hoisington. They talk a lot about his football IQ. You saw that last week. He was able to just kind of make some plays, make a step here. Anxious to see what he's going to do under pressure, because I do think he'll face some different pressure tonight than what he had last week. And Coach said that. He said, we're excited to see how this group responds to pressure.
Absolutely. Definitely a different challenge this week. Not taking anything away from Fort Gibson, but you got a 5A powerhouse coming into your place. They're going to be putting some pressure on him. And as you mentioned, they're going to force him. They're good. They're well coached. They're a good team. They're going to force us to pass the ball to beat them.
Let's talk a little bit about our defensive starters. Let's go to that D line. It's important. These names you'll see also on the offensive line. When we talked about Collinsville, obviously bigger school, bigger daily attendance, bigger roster. But Coach Wagner said, yeah, you're going to see 3 or 4 of their guys playing on the offensive line, on the defensive line, so it feels like it kind of evens out to be a fair game. So you'll see some of these names in both. At the nose, number 50, junior Warren Pierce. On your defensive ends, number 72, Bryce Byers, and then Tyler Stovall makes up that front. Typically, we're in a front 3, but we will oftentimes sneak a linebacker up. Ty Cherry can be one of those that's kind of a hybrid. He can line up on the end of a line. Your linebacker group, Gavin Salt, he's a junior. Ty Cherry, he's a senior. Junior Jade Tanner, and then number 40, senior Max Becker. That kind of makes up that group that backs up your defensive line.
Absolutely. Max led the team in tackles with 13 last week. That linebacking crew did play really well. They flowed to the ball, and they didn't miss a lot of assignments. And for a week 0 game, I know that was something Coach was proud of.
In your corners, the guys, kind of what we call the backfield of your defense, you'll see Ashton Wright back there a lot, even though he's our running back. You'll see him because he's just a veteran player. You'll also see Garrett Salt there. Brad Hoisington will sometimes come in on important downs. When it's 3rd down and we got to get this stop, you want a guy that has the experience that Brad does, and Brad's just a good athlete. You'll see him. Also, you'll see sophomore Sam Hogue and number 5, junior Jackson Lustig back there in the backfield.
Yeah, that group played well, didn't let anything behind them last week, really rallied and tackled well. I think that's encouraging, and they're going to need to do that tonight.
I don't know if there's a way to – I'm sure there is. There's probably closets of statistics. But a pick 6 that was 89 yards long, that might be the longest pick 6 in Oologah folklore history. And, of course, a young man that gets his athletic ability from his mother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was a lot of fun for him. He works really hard. And it picked the team up right to start the second half. And we need something like that again tonight.
You're going to see a lot of rotation tonight. Heat. It's important down the stretch that we keep our guys as fresh as we can. And so that next man up really is important here. When we come back, we're going to talk about the keys to the game, our segment called Who You Got, the coin toss, and more. This is the Mustang Tailgate Show.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of over.
Join in a moment of silence, and then the Stallion Battalion will be doing our national anthem, and so we want to join that at this time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem performed by the Oologah High School Stallion Battalion under the direction of John Matthews and Dave Smith. Sound of the Stallion Battalion Marching Band. There's just something about that moment.
I know Friday Night Lights, the lights aren't on yet because the sun hadn't gone down, but just the sound of a marching band playing our national anthem as the team captains will make their way out of the prospective locker rooms. It's the Mustang Tailgate Show. Collinsville has made the trip tonight. It's actually week 1, which is a little bit confusing because several years ago the OSSAA said, all right, if you guys are ready to play and you want to play what we would consider week 0, you can do that. The Mustangs took advantage of that with Fort Gibson last week as we were home, but this is actually the first time that Collinsville had put on the pads and played a game. It's a segment we called Who You Got. We're talking about who would you anticipate tonight to be an MVP for the Mustangs. And so, Blake, I'm going to start with you. Who do you expect tonight to have a big game for the Mustangs? Who you got?
We talked about it pregame, and if you pick one of them, you kind of got the other one. RO line, D line, however you want to say it. They got to be really physical on their side of the football. Whoever wins the battle in the trenches tonight will be a victor. They're a heavy run team. We're a heavy run team. Whoever of that can dominate in the trenches, that's who's going to win the football game.
Kevin, what about you? Who you got?
Yeah, I like that, Blake, and kind of along those lines, I'm going to go with the linebacking core for those reasons. They're going to have to rally to the ball and really tackle well. That's Ty Cherry, Max Becker, Gavin Salt, Jaden Tanner. They played really well last week. They're going to have to follow it up with another big week 2 here if we're going to come out with a victory.
You know, sometimes when coaches are talking about injuries or they're talking about who's going to start, it's a game-time decision. I've had that. Like, I'm going to say mine's a game-time decision. And even walking in here, I had a couple of guys down. I'm going to go with Brad Hoisington. But I was toying with Ashton because, I mean, he had such a great game last week. But I feel like we're going to have to be able to pass the ball tonight. You know, Collinsville watched every snap of every play we played last week. We ran the ball with success, and Coach Wagner said they're going to put 8 guys in the box. They're going to do that. So Brad and that receiver core are going to have some success, whether that's some quick outs, some screen plays. So, I mean, not to put it all on one shoulders because it's a team sport, but I really think as Brad plays well tonight, I think the Mustangs will find success. Let's talk a little bit about keys to the game. What do the Mustangs need to do? As you can see, the captains are down there shaking hands, getting ready for the coin toss. I said this last week, and I think the win last week helped. Mustangs need to play with confidence. Last year, they just had 3 games that just went wonky. They should have ended tied for 3rd. Technically, we did, but because of the way some rules went, we ended 5th outside of the playoffs. These guys need to play with I mean, they took a team last year that beat the tar out of Wagner, and then we just lost on like a last-minute play. You know, these guys need to absolutely play with confidence. Here's something to think about. Coach Wagner and I talked a lot about that this week. Actually, I'm going to tell you what, let's talk about, okay, so the Mustangs won the toss, and they will receive. So this group of seniors were freshmen. This is Coach Wagner's 4th season. This group of seniors, they were freshmen when his first year of coaching. And that year was COVID. It was weird. They worked out weird. They dressed in isolation. Blake, you were part of those rosters, part of that. And this group of freshmen, because of quarantine, they went to Wagner, played their tails off. They lost at Wagner 28-14. They had 12 players that night on the sideline.
Absolutely. Showed a lot of heart. The group, they like you said, kind of like Ashton. They're kind of quiet. Ty's a quiet kid, really great kid, and they just lead by example, and they're going to give you everything they got, and they proved it that night, and hopefully we can prove it again tonight.
This group has been through some fire. I mean, they really have. As freshmen, they went through the COVID stuff last year, some games that just didn't go their way. Coach just talked a lot about their maturity and just talked a lot about their drive, and they want to. So, Blake, your keys to the game, what you got?
I think we got to be able to run the football to set up our pass. It's going to be – you're kind of going to have to run it. And when you get your 2nd down and short, your 3rd down and short, be able to throw the long bomb and score.
Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit last year against those guys as we take the field here. We got off to a really bad start. They scored quickly. We fumbled the kick. I think we got to get off to a good start. And I think if we tackle well tonight, don't turn the ball over, we're going to be on the top of the scoreboard at the end of the night.
You know, in my conversation with Coach Wagner this week, I talked about that 2nd first down. He said we've got to play well in the first quarter. You remember last year against Collinsville, they got up. We fumbled a kickoff return. Boom, they were up on top of us 14-0. We hadn't even broken a sweat.
Yeah, we hadn't even ran an offensive play. It was 14-0. And we held it close after that, played pretty well. As you mentioned, if we can keep from doing that, what if we get in the ball first? We're going to get a chance to go down and score first, or at least move the ball, flip the field. It's going to be important.
So that Not that first down, which is important. You've got to prove that you can move the ball, but you can scheme that first down. You can scheme a slot or quick out, but it's getting that second first down in that first drive that is so important. That's going to establish how you're going to play ball in the first quarter, which really could dictate the pace of the whole game.
Absolutely. It's going to can you come out and punch them in the mouth a little bit, start moving them back, get them doubting, get them guessing a little bit with your game planning, with your skill players. That's going to be key. Ball's getting ready to be in the air.
Ashton Wright is back deep for the Mustangs.
And we got Ashton Wright, Jackson Burchett,
And
and
the other guys,
Sam
yeah.
Hogue.
Collinsville's got a couple of guys that we really didn't get to talk about much in the pregame, but they've got some guys we're going to have to tackle well. Justice McMath is their kicker, and he is talking to the official down on the field. You've been listening to the Mustang Tailgate Show. Appreciate all of our great sponsors that help make Mustang athletics happen, like American Bus, providing all your transportation needs from 9 to 90. Gentlemen, the ball's in the air. We're going to take a fair catch about the 28-yard line, so the Mustangs will take over 1st down and 10.
Yeah, a lot of teams do that. They don't want to try to defend the whole field. They kind of kick it high. They're going to make you go a little over 70 yards. We fair caught it at the 28, 1st and 10.
Mustangs are in that beautiful home blue gold helmet. Man, it just pops on a Friday night. By the way, new field, relatively new, and just looks good. Paint's still good and crisp.
Yeah, they enlarged the logo, enlarged the letters in the end zone. It is a good look.
Mustangs, one receiver that's alone over here, got a man in motion, hand off to Ashton Wright up the left side. Going to get about 2 yards.
Yeah, and right away you're seeing a big difference. We went 40-plus yards in 4 plays last week, averaging over 11 a carry, and just able to get 2 there. And it's going to be one of those games, so we're going to have to strap our chin straps up and get after it.
Lots going to depend, like Blake said in the pregame, on that O-line. Just in there. Ashton has a gift of making guys miss, but he's going to need some help. He's going to need some holes tonight to get through. Hand off again, goes up the middle. Ashton's got a gap. Looks
First
like
down.
he's going to get that 1st down.
Absolutely. You saw that there. He put that right foot in the ground. And I love the way he gets up the field. He is going to dance, and he can make people miss, but he's going to put that foot in the ground when he sees open turf, and he's going to get upfield.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Coach said this, if you put him in a sprint to go 40, he's not going to win. He's not the fastest guy, but with the cut, he is the fastest guy that can juke and move.
Yeah, there's a difference between fast and quick. Not that he's slow, but he is definitely quick as a cat.
Under a little bit of pressure coming, Brad, he'll be sacked. Goodness, back about a 7-8 yard loss.
Pressure immediately on the offense's left side, maybe a missed assignment or just set wrong, and that's going to put us behind the chains, and that's not what you want to do. You talked about the importance of getting that second 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and long.
Bryce and Cooper on that left side of the line, that's what kind of your blind side, if you will. And got some big work to do over there because they've got some big guys. So brings up 2nd down, 18, as we are just underway.
A little bit of confusion there. Brad getting them coached up and then aligned right. Good job by your quarterback.
Got a man in motion. Going to hand it to him. He's got a little bit of a cut. That's Jackson Burchett. Just not a lot there. He's a speedster trying to get him around the corner, and Collinsville just read it like a book. So now you're 3rd down, and I'm going to say no gain.
Yeah, he just never could get the edge there. They did a good job of the Cardinals stringing it out and allowing more people to rally to the ball, and he never could cut it upfield. There was never any open turf.
I don't want to say I was right, but I was talking about that second 1st down. They got the first one, but it's continuing that momentum. It's moving that second one. So here's a big play. More than likely going to pass it, might run it, but Ashton Wright's actually going to go out alone or leave Brad alone in the backfield. Brad's a little bit of time. Might just tuck it and going to pick up about 2, but not nearly enough for that Mustang 1st down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not only did we not get that second 1st down that you were calling key, we almost are back to where we started with the big sack play. And so they're going to be in excellent field position. Even with a decent punt here, they're going to be in excellent field position.
Braden Stovall back to kick it away for the Mustangs, or punt it away, rather. 4th down and 17, 9:28 and counting left on the clock in the 1st quarter. Just underway here in Mustang Field.
Good snap. Oh my goodness. Did he just drop it?
Yep. Coach Wagner talked about we've got to play well in the 1st quarter, and that's not what he meant. that scripting, just giving them a gift of a fun. The snap was right in his hands, but just.
That was a great snap.
Yeah. So they're going to get the ball to 22-yard line, first down and 10.
That's one of those catastrophic mistakes. However, that being said, they do have a good field goal kicker. If we could somehow come out here giving a field goal, it seems weird that they would be up 3-0, but we would have some momentum if we could stop them here. So big challenge for the defense here.
All right, first down and 10 for the Collinsville Cardinals. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Little screen out to the right.
Oh, hold there.
Sam was asking for it, but don't think the official's going to give it to him. He'll get about 8. Second down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, it looked like they kind of grabbed the back of his jersey and pulled him down, but that's okay. Second short here. You see their big running back, 250 pounds in the backfield there, number 10, Jack Keith.
They're number 4. He's a slippery player, big player too. Talked about when you come in contact with him, you've got to wrap him up. You don't want open field tackles with him because he's just tall and quick. He broke an open field tackle and will go in for 6 as Collinsville will strike first. When you give him a gift, the ball on the 22-yard line, pretty easy work.
Yeah, too easy, but got to do a better job there. We lost contain there, Blake. Let him get outside. You got the corner there's got to set the edge, and we did not do that there.
Yeah, it's really important, especially with a guy like that. You've got to give your inside linebackers and even your safeties and D linemen to get out there and rally to the football.
It's good. PAT. Cardinals on top 7-0. One of the things I talked about with Coach Wagner this week was how do you think this team will respond when they get down? Because teams can get down, lets the air out of their lungs, if you will, kind of deflates them. And, this team, these guys, even though they've been through some fire, when games got close, especially last year, they just couldn't find a way to win them. So, Coach, what do you think? When they get down, what do you think they're going to do? And he goes, honestly, as a coaching staff, they're excited to see that. They go, we think these guys have put the work in. We think they've been through this stuff. We've watched them grow up as junior high, now high school athletes. And he said, we honestly think they, to put in the younger version, they got that dog in them. They've got that fight in them.
Absolutely, and I think we have more guys with that in them. We got more guys with some juice and some speed where we can make some big plays and flip some momentum. So it doesn't have to go perfect, but we can't turn the ball over there on the punt like we did.
I think it's important to see this is going to be the first time we've seen Hoisington come out for a drive after he's been under a lot of pressure, and that's big as a quarterback. He's got to have a little bit of moxie about him and be able to lead his team.
Yeah, you got to be able to keep your eyes upfield there.
Mustangs are going to get a little bit of a return out to about the 32-yard line. They'll take over first down and 10. Whether the last snap was good or the last snap was bad, you got to forget the last play, and you've got to look for success in the one that's in front of you.
Absolutely. You got to have a short memory.
Yep.
Be a goldfish, have recent memory. You got to be a goldfish. Can't remember the last play. You got to put that behind you.
Whether good or bad.
Absolutely, both ways. They can't be too excited and too high emotionally, or we'll gash them here.
First down and 10, hand off to Ashton Wright up the left side. Got some room, going to carry a tackler, going to get that first down and 10. Gain of 11 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's a good sign. We've had 2 drives. We had a first down on the first drive, immediate first down here. We're showing we can move the ball. We just got to sustain it.
You want to continue that. You want to continue opening that space in the run game. If you can open run game dominance, it's certainly going to take some pressure off your quarterback. Hand off again to Ashton Wright. Kind of stutter steps. Going to pick up about 3, which is very doable for a first down. I mean, on your first down play.
Absolutely. You're on pace. We got a long 3 there, so you're on pace to get a first down. Just keep churning out positive plays.
Upcoming second down for the Mustangs. 1 receiver off to the set, but otherwise they look close and tight on the line. Move Shondell in motion again. Brad looking for man deep.
Just not on the same page. Perhaps feeling the pressure a little bit, got rid of it, had time. But Jackson never got his head turned around looking for the ball.
So that brings up third down. The scoreboard says 8.
Yeah, that kind of almost looked like the receivers thought we were running the ball, and then everyone in the backfield thought we were throwing it.
You might be right.
Mustang Field runs north and south, and so we are in that time where the sun is just absolutely brutal to the visiting bench.
Oh,
Pass
another.
down the left side intended for Burchett.
They're letting him play there.
Yeah.
They grabbed a hold of him there. Maybe they're saying that ball was uncatchable, but he's a fast guy, man. You never know. They're grabbing a hold of him and yanking him down.
A couple of times the Mustangs have asked for the officials to kind of watch what's going on. Mustangs in a kind of a unique special teams alignment. Be curious to see what they're going to do with this.
I think you're going to see a little squib kick here, maybe.
21 on the shot clock, so they've got plenty of time to do whatever. Burchett,
Well, I like
great
that.
little punt. Yeah, if it'll take a Mustang bounce. Yep. Come down about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, much better. Good job, Jackson.
It's getting that second first down that's important.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, go ahead.
You hit the nail on the head. We've been able to get that first one and then kind of go backwards after that. When not being able to sustain a drive, not being able to get our defensive rest here. So important for the defense to kind of regroup. Got gashed in a couple of plays, but really that wasn't their fault. You turn the ball over and give someone the ball at the 20-yard line.
Blake, how important is it for your quarterback to get confidence? Because he's been out on the field twice. We haven't completed a pass. How important it is to just throw some outs, throw some screens to kind of get Brad to settle. And honestly, your receivers are a part of that too, to get them to kind of settle down where we can have some semblance of a passing game.
You're absolutely right. He's either throwing an incomplete pass or he's had pressure in his face getting sacked. So it's important for us to get him a few routes where he can throw it easy and us not to force him to throw it. You know, let him throw it second down in a short yardage scenario where you can run the ball too.
Cards with number 4 in motion, but they'll hand it up the left side. He's going to gain 2 on the carry.
Yeah, good job there by Max. Good job there by number 20, Brady Evans, right on him immediately before he gets seen. Want to announce the Lady Mustang softball team just won. They beat Salina, so we went 2-1 today in pool play. That makes a 3-way tie. They're having to do the math right now to see who actually won. I think we're going to come out ahead with the tiebreak and be playing in the championship game tomorrow.
That's amazing. It's the Mustang Invitational Softball Tournament, so a lot of softball's been going on around here. Yeah, they're going to say incomplete pass on the far side. Number 4 is a guy, Hudson Henslick, that our coaches spend a lot of time scheming for him. He's like just a dude. Like he has some game ability about him.
Yeah, he's the guy when you mention speed on their sidelines, that's the guy you go to. Number 4, Hudson Henslick.
He's a 5'9", 155 senior.
Big play here, third down. We can make him go 3 and out and get off the field.
This is one of those important third downs that Coach Wagner talked about, that you got to make sure when you got success in front of you, meaning if you can stop this, you can do something, you got to make some plays happen. So it looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah,
Cards didn't like what they saw, so they took a timeout.
Yeah, it almost looked like they were trying to draw us offside. Looked a little discombobulated and made them burn a timeout.
We're going to take a real quick timeout. We'll be right back with Mustang football right after this.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue. And the man's back with us tonight. He was, in journalism, we used to talk special assignment. Blake Salt's back on the sideline. And Blake, how's it feel to be down there tonight? 1, to be back with football season, but 2, no, literally, how's it feel? Is it hot?
It's really not bad. The sun's starting to set behind the press box. A lot of the field's in the shade at this point, except for that far Collinsville side. And so it's feeling a lot better. There's a little bit of a breeze. I can say this. It's way better than it was last week.
Yeah, it is brutal to be on that far side. You can see a lot of hands up trying to block the sun because that sun is just square on in their eyeballs. So here we go. 3rd down and 8.
Big third down.
They're going to send a man in motion. Quarterback's going to roll around. Got some space,
Yes.
but it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down and 8 for the Cardinals.
Big series there for your defense. Get some confidence back after giving up 2 quick plays and a touchdown. Again, that not really on them. That's special teams, but a great job. if we can get any kind of return here, we should have some great field position there, Blake, and I like our chances.
Yeah, this is going to be, which we've had good field position every time. We're just going to have to start getting our run game going and keep the drive going.
Here comes Burchett at midfield. He's around to the right side, got a little bit of space. Going to get about a 13-yard return, but some laundry coming in a little bit late.
Yeah, that's usually not good on away from the ball on special teams. It's usually going to go against the receiving team. Anxious to see this call because we are inside the 40 as it stands. Personal foul, helmet to helmet. Ooh. That's a big one. That's going to be 15 yards. That's going to push it back behind midfield. That's unfortunate. Coach Wagner asking, who is it?
And the call is a hold against the Mustangs, and so that return is going to go back 10 yards.
You know, and this is just the kind of thing, you know, that's another key to the game. You can't have as many penalties as we had last week. We had a lot, and I know it's the first game of the season and you're rusty, but you got to get your head in the right spot and just play smart football. That goes a long way. It's not turning the ball over and no turnovers. That wins big football games.
Absolutely. Doesn't seem that bad. I mean, we have the ball on the 48, but yeah, to start the drive inside the 40, you're licking your chops at that point.
Yeah, you had a good 13, 14-yard return. Just give you a little boost of momentum. I think this official.
They have the chains. Yeah, the chains are going the wrong way. They had 1st and 10 essentially going to the north.
I like that. That's really easy to get first downs that way.
Yeah.
They're trying.
They're trying. So 1st down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. You know, for a warm September evening, the stands are pretty full for the Oologah faithful. Right hitting the backfield, going to carry a tackler for about 4 yards. Man, that was just man up and carry your guy with you.
That's just a testament to him. He was hit about a step after he took the football from Hoisington and was able to turn that to a positive gain.
I can't see who that is right now.
I think it's Davin Shondell. Looks like he's grabbing his left knee.
I hate that for him.
Yeah. Because Mustangs were able to get out last weekend without any injuries. Brad didn't play a lot after, so he just got to cramping up. And Coach said we were kind of all baffled by that. He said he takes great care of himself, eats right, does the right things, great physical shape. And part of it was, too, you didn't need him. You were up so big. You have a good second-string quarterback. Let him get those important snaps. And why, in a game that's in your hands, why risk your starting quarterback?
Absolutely, and Davin's development really gave us a chance to, play him one way on offense, play some guys one way on defense last week, and not have to play as many dual snaps. Hopefully he'll be all right.
He's walking off the field with a little bit of help, but he's on both feet, so that's a good sign.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Mustangs. Mustangs have got 3 receivers in the set. Brad got some time. He threw it, yeah. Number 72 for the Mustangs, Bryce Byers, boy, saved a touchdown. This is where you've got to get some confidence in your passing game. I think it's crucial at this point to get your quarterback and receivers to get some confidence.
They tried to throw an out route, which in general is an easy pass. You are rolling to your left. They just had a layered zone there. Blake, they had underneath and over the top coverage. Looked like from our vantage point it was there, but it probably was a really tough throw, and he just kind of threw it right to him. Defense has got a lot of those guys stayed on the field, unfortunately. Defense has got to step up again.
That play to me, looked good. And then, bam, all of a sudden there's a defender stepped into that passing lane, and Collinsville takes over on the 2nd turnover of the night for the Mustangs. Again, Coach talked about how important it is to play well in the first quarter, and we have just not been able to do that. Handoff, big back up the middle. Number 10 on the carry, that's Jack Keith. He'll pick up about 13, 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, big Jack Keith. He's listed at 6 foot 250. He's every bit of that. And they're going to have to get him. We did a better job on that last drive of getting him on the first couple of yards before he gets it going downhill, or it's going to be a long night. His helmet came off, so he has to come off this play.
Him and Henslick were just guys that we knew were going to give us fits tonight.
Yeah, and they're a great little counter to each other, right? One's a speed back, one's a power back. It's a good 1-2 punch to have.
Quarterback is relatively young. They have had some incredible quarterback play for the last couple of years. Of course, he has graduated. I believe this kid's a sophomore.
He is.
Little screenplay.
Nice job,
right there by Ashton.
Nice read there by your senior corner. Good job.
That's an aggressive play by Ashton, but he's confident in himself, confident in his abilities, and it's good to see him make that play. That's kind of a big momentum to see their playmaker on our playmaker and us making the play.
Yeah, going to make second and long. Gotta force at least them going for a fourth down play here, or gotta force a field goal.
Second down and 14, so some loss of yardage there. Henslick's in motion, handoff again up the middle. Man, he can just bounce.
Oh, ball's on the ground.
Ball is on the ground. Looks like the Mustangs are at the bottom of the pile, but will they come up with it? They will. How about that? Max Becker will recover the fumble for the Mustangs, and boy, things haven't gone your way tonight, and so maybe this will be a moment to just kind of turn the ship.
Yeah, we definitely needed that. Saw that ball on the ground. You saw a lot of gold helmets going towards it, and big-time play there to get on top of that ball.
So go ahead.
That's exactly what you needed by your defense, force a play. And sometimes you can get that, right? A big back, he's going to be bouncing, taking a lot of contact, fighting for those extra yards, and a lot of times that's when you see the ball come out and get on the turf.
So Mustangs have 3 receivers to the wide side, or really the far side. It's hard for those guys to see just because of the sun. They're going to move. Brad's just going to keep it. Got some space. Gain about 6 yards. Good carry.
Yeah, good carry, and nice to see big number 71, Wrangler Dix, not only helping his guy up, but pancaking. There's a reason he had to help him up. He put him to the ground, and that's a good first down play.
Collinsville School, I mean, over the last couple of decades has really – schools used to be relatively close in size, and they have really just grown. Don't believe me, just drive through what used to be those cow pastures, and now there's subdivisions there. So what we call their ADM, or their kind of their daily attendance, nearly twice the size of ours. Brad going to keep it again, going to be about a yard short of that first down, so brings up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, we're something like, let's say 520 ADM, average daily membership. That's your average daily attendance, as you mentioned. I think they're over 800, but then you flip it next week, they're over 1,200 across the way over there, across the train tracks.
Oh, first down.
How about that?
We'll take it.
So it's a 1st down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Most of that was just Mr. Hoisington just tucking the ball and running. Hand off to Ashton Wright. Gain of 4. The offensive line is, they're fresh. Can they still do that in the 4th quarter? But they're doing a really good job of creating space and just moving that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you see them rotating guys up front as often as possible, and that was linebacker 45, Cage Boyd, with the tackle there.
A little bit of pressure. Ashton Wright around the left side. Made a guy miss. Forward momentum will give him about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up about 3rd down and 3.
He absorbed a big hit again by Cage Boyd there. Someone had him low, and Cage came high. We're going to look to go quick with some tempo here and catch him off.
So it's 3rd down. The board says 4. It's hard for the guys to see the sideline because of the sun. 14 seconds on the play clock, so they've got some time here. Gonna move Burchett in motion. Hand off to Ashton Wright. Yep, gain of about 6. He's going to get the first down and move the chains. 1st down and 10, Mustangs.
Yeah, nice job there. We sent Jax Burchett in motion. He took a guy with him because with that speed, that jet sweep look, and we're able to gash him up the middle for a 1st down there.
Jackson Gill was there along to make a big block for Ashton. 1st down and 10. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Hand off again. Up the middle. Man, he just has a way of falling forward. Going to pick up 4.
Center's down.
It's number 54, Tyler Stovall.
Warren Pierce going to come in. He's a very good backup center. He's going to move right into that slot. Hopefully, Stovall's okay. He's a big part of what we do. He's a long snapper. Seniors put a lot of work in.
Such an important position. Just that exchange of the ball, whether it's a shotgun snap or whether it's a punt, whether you're under center. We don't do that much, but just the rhythm and the muscle memory that goes into being able to snap the ball effectively.
Yeah, and we look at last week. Fort Gibson had all kinds of troubles with their snaps. We had 0.
And that's a credit to that young man that's, getting a little bit of help off the field. Maybe then get him over here and get him checked out, see what's going on.
Absolutely. He's walking off, but it's like an ankle, I think, what they're working on.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, but it is always good to see when they're walking a little bit under their own power.
All right, brings up 2nd down and 6. 2:23 left to play in the first quarter. The Mustangs trail by a touchdown on the and a handoff. I believe that's Stovall. Gain of 2. All right, 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Mustangs.
Another big play. Got to take advantage of, we turned it over. They turned it over. Got to take advantage of it. Go get some points here and get some momentum.
All right, 2 receivers to the far side. They're going to bring a man in motion. Handoff, left side, 1st down. Still on his feet. Gain of about 6-7 yards. Enough to move the chains. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Nice job. I'm going to call my man out, Wrangler Dix. Again, a pancake block. Opening holes there.
Cards turned over the ball, gave you an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And the Mustang offense has been productive, just chunk plays, grinding plays, haven't necessarily had any big plays, but they feel like maybe they're in a little bit of a groove. Hope I didn't jinx us on that, but they found a little bit of a groove. Handoff up the middle. Gain of about 2.
Yeah, as long as we keep positive plays, coach is going to take it, milking the clock, keeping the ball out of their hands. This is the kind of drive that Coach Wagner and Coach Noble, who's the play caller, like.
52 seconds and counting on the clock, as you can see on your screen as we get close to the second quarter. Mustangs are 2nd down and 7. Handoff, Stovall, up the middle, got some room, get the 1st down.
Nice job. That's going to be a 1st down.
That's something that Oologah's been blessed with for a while, is a really deep running back room. We've got, Ashton Wright obviously is our one guy, carries the team on his back, but then you've got Stovall, you've got Tanner, you've even got
Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got 3, 4, 5 guys that we can rotate and give Ashton a break.
Because Ashton's pretty important on that defense as well. So Stovall still the back. 1st down and 10. Handoff again. Nope, Brad kept that up the middle. Good gain.
Yeah, stayed patient, kind of picked his way through there for a nice, looks like 8-yard gain.
So this is a time when, if you want to get Brad some confidence, I think this is a great opportunity to kind of let him throw it. And if you go incomplete, no harm, no foul. You got a short 3rd down ahead of you.
All right, we've hit the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more of Mustang football right after this.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition.
You gave them a couple of gifts. They've only been able to put 7 on the board. Welcome back, everybody. Mustang football, beginning of the second quarter. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt on the sideline. It's a rivalry game. The Mustangs here have the ball. They've actually been pretty productive moving the ball right down the field, ironically doing it on the field with the rushing game.
Absolutely, and burning some clock, keeping the ball out of their hands, resting our defense. And as you mentioned, we've had a couple mistakes. They've had one. Honestly, 7-0, us kind of going in. If we could score here, you'd like to like our chances with the way we started.
Our center is on the trainer's table being looked at. I think they're looking at his ankle. Blake can probably get closer and figure that out. Here we go, Mustangs, 2nd down and 3. Handoff, not a lot there. Boy, their running back, number 10, came in as a linebacker, Jack Keith, and kind of blew that play up.
Yeah, and allowed number 24, Nate Davis, to come in and make the tackle. And I misspoke earlier. They did not put Warren. They put Warren at left guard, and they got Jackson Gill in at center.
Mustangs will lose a yard. 3rd down and 4 upcoming.
Stovall, they've got him taped up. He's putting his sock on, his cleat back on, so it's looking hopeful for him. Looks like maybe just a little bit of a tweak and some tape will help it.
Brad, back to pass. Got some time.
Oh, they're going to call a
They're
hold.
going to get a holding. Pass complete around the right side. It would be good for the first down, but they threw that flag typically at that line of scrimmage was not always good news.
Yeah, and a lot of times you get that when you have like a cutback.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your momentum's going one way, and then you just grab. That's a big one because that was a converted 3rd down.
Yeah, they're going to call the holding, and it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So, man, you had a first down, and now you're 3rd down, and holy Moses.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Probably in 3-down territory here.
Yeah.
Or 4-down territory, excuse me.
Yeah.
We're going to go trips right, kind of bunched. New formation here out of us.
Uh-oh. Mustangs are going to call a timeout. We're going to take one as well. We'll be back with more Mustang football right after this.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let Advanced Homes build your
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue and Blake Salt. Man, just a shoot yourself in the foot holding penalty. You had the first down.
Oh.
Ball's on the ground. Ashton's going to try to pick it up and do something with it, but there's just nothing there. So, oh, my goodness, man, an opportunity, a drive that was looking really, really good, and just a couple of big mistakes put you behind the chains. 4th down, you potentially were in 4th down territory. Now that first down marker is so far away, I think Mustang's probably going to.
Yeah, 2nd, 24?
Yeah.
Defense is playing well, only allowed that score when we dropped that punt, so I think you got to punt it away and live to fight another day.
If you can take any momentum out of that, your offense was moving the ball, getting a little bit of confidence. All right, so here we go. Again, that kind of wonky special teams formation. Burchett going to punt it away. Going to go out of bounds, maybe about the 13, 14-yard line.
Yeah, at worst.
All right. He's still going. All right, so he's going to stay at the 10-yard line. Yep, so Collinsville Cardinals will take over 1st down and 10.
Yeah, good job there on the punt, pinning them deep. See if the defense can't get the ball back in the offense, an offense that was moving the ball prior to that big penalty.
All right, 1st down and 10 for the Cards. 10:20 left to play at halftime. I'm going to come up at the halftime show. Got a segment we call Meet the Teach. Now, Kevin's going to talk to one of our new teachers in the teaching system, one of our vocational agriculture teachers, Mr. Jackson. All right, 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. Handoff up the middle.
Big
Nothing
hit.
there.
Big hit by number 22, Jaden Tanner. Read that well, shot the gap, man down.
I want to thank our Mustang athletic sponsors for all they do. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, trusted for their experience, chosen for their care. And then Raising Cane's popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement. Appreciate all they do just for all of our kids among all of our sports and activities. All right, 2nd down and 12. Loss of 2 on the play. Handoff coming around the right side.
Oh,
big
cut
gap.
back.
Brought down enough for he gained about 15, so that'll
You
be
have
a
a
first
flag
down and 10.
in the backfield.
Good hold.
Oh, it is a holding. All right.
Maybe that's why that big hole was there for him to cut back through, Blake.
Well, we'll call it that. Even if it wasn't, that's what we'll say.
So first down and that'll back them up. Be 2nd down and long.
Yeah, that'll be half the distance.
Yeah.
Should be down around 5 or 6. Yeah, just outside the 5. Going to be 2nd and 15. Have to get off the field here as a defense. Bend but don't break. You can give up 14, but you can't give up 15.
Yeah, you got an opportunity here. I mean, it's okay if they get 3 and 4 yards because they'll still be 3rd and long. Don't give up a big play.
They feel pretty confident. I wouldn't be shocked to see him drop back to pass here. That brings a lot of things on the table for the Mustangs.
Mustangs typically a 3-down line. We got 5 guys down there in the bottom. I mean, they've hand off, gain of 3. Again, you could give them 3. You don't want to give them 30. So
yeah, good job there. Met first by Ty Cherry, then met by big number 44 Wade Peters. So good job there by the Mustang defense. 3rd and long.
3rd down and 11 coming up.
Likely going to be a pass. Got to get off the field.
And it's just important to know where the sticks are at. Keep everything in front of you.
Good crowd here tonight, getting on their feet.
Big crowd of Mustang faithful for a warm September night. You never know what the temperature will do to a crowd. Last week, still good attendance even though it was hot, but man, this week student section on their feet cheering on the Mustangs. Here we go, 3rd down, handoff right up the left side. They got a hand on him, got him behind the line of scrimmage, going to lose a yard.
Great job there. Just great job. That's what you want to see out of the defense, rallying to the football. You might miss a tackle, but you're slowing him up, and the next guy's going to get him. Looks like we got a guy.
Slow getting up, yeah.
Jackson Gill. Looks like he's going to be okay, but definitely got something tweaked there. Going to force a punt deep in their end zone. Crazy things happen on punts. We've already seen it tonight where our punter dropped a punt.
This is the beauty of having the high school principal help me with these kids because I couldn't read number 50. That number's all bunched up there.
I can tell what he looks like, how he runs, how he walks.
You watch him walk down the hall, yeah.
It is crazy.
I don't need a number.
I say it all the time. I spend more time with these kids than I do anyone that doesn't live in my house, and so you get to know them, and it's one of my favorite parts of my job, honestly. Going to take another timeout for the Cardinals. That's 2 they've had to burn.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Let Advanced Homes build your next dream home. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that's perfect for you and your family. Our team has an expert ability to take your individual ideas and build the blueprints that will become your dream home built just for you. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. From the simple to the lavish, we've done it all, and we can help you every step of the way. Visit our website, advancedhbi.com, or call us today, 918-855-6597. Advanced Homes, building your dreams.
Mustang defense stood strong, held Collinsville on a 3rd and long, so it brings up 4th down. He's punting from his own end zone, and really not that great of a punt. Yeah, kind of a high punt. Might take a little bit of a Cardinal bounce, but the Mustangs are going to start with fantastic field position.
That's a great job by your defense there. Not only getting a stop, forcing them to go backwards down on their own end, getting some great field position. Again, offense has to respond. We have 71 rushing yards in the first half. Again, not like what we saw last week. We're going to have to throw the ball to loosen up the defense a little bit.
But I've got to give them credit. They have been productive with the rushing game tonight. Yeah.
We have small bites, and that's okay. But I just feel like we're going to have to open something up with the passing game.
All right, so Mustang offense need an opportunity here. They've got great field position to start. 7:45 left to play until halftime. Our new lower elementary principal, Ms. Bell, is going to come up and visit with us a little bit at halftime. Excited to have that conversation, kind of introduce her to the Mustang family.
Oh, it's there.
Brad got his guy. Jackson Burchett across the right side. Stampede. Touchdown.
Nice job. That's great play design there. You kind of pump the screen, and the screener kind of whiffs on the screen. He's got to sell it, and he sold it, and then it's just a go route right up the field, Blake. That was pretty.
That was pretty, and that's going to help a lot. You could kind of see Brad starting to kind of spin his wheels like, man, nothing's working, and that does a big confidence booster for Brad.
You know, sometimes you run the ball and get 3 yards. You run the ball, get 2 yards. You run the ball to set up a pass play. We've been run heavy tonight. That was set up from this moment, from what our offense has been doing all through the first quarter to here we are. I think Collinsville defense, they had 8 guys in the box, and they just weren't expecting something to pop across the top. PAT is up, and it's good. With 7:39 left to play, we're tied at 7.
Yeah, great job there. Way to respond, and not just respond, but a big play. Got the crowd into it. See the kids excited, and momentum on our sidelines right now.
Man, just a great little pitch and catch from Brad. And I think getting him comfortable, but I'm going to say on that too, getting your receivers comfortable too. A little bit of a younger group of receivers. Jax has got some snaps under his belt, but your other receivers are kind of younger. And so just getting the confidence in your passing game that when you need it, it's there.
Absolutely. And just giving that fear, putting fear a little bit on that defense. Like, they can't just come downhill. Blake knows this. You can't just play off your toes. You got to play off your heels a little bit. Hopefully that'll pay dividends for the run game.
Mustangs, ironically, have 2 really good kickers. I mean, there's been times where that wasn't the case, but both Burchett and Hogue do some of the kicking duties. Both of them on kickoff put the ball in the end zone last weekend.
Yeah, multiple times, and that's big, and we haven't seen that in recent years. We've had to do the pooch kit and kind of squib kick. It's nice to be able to just stand back and boot it in the end zone and make them go 75 yards.
Yeah, Coach Wagner is like, man, we're just in the season we're in right now. We're blessed. Looks like Hogue will be doing the kicking here.
Want to pass along, Lady Mustang softball team will be playing tomorrow at 10 a.m. They'll be in the 3rd and 4th place game. So in a 3-way tie, we kind of ended up in the middle, if you will. Didn't win it, didn't lose it.
And here's the kickoff. Good deep kick. He'll take it at the 2. Not a lot of room. Man, blue jersey's got to him, brought
Nice
him
job.
down.
Got to get him down, but
About the 18, 19, maybe that far side. Here comes the flag. Going to have him down at the 20. We'll see what the laundry's all about.
I wasn't looking in that direction.
It came in really, really late.
Definitely someone probably cleaning up off the pile, if you will. Hopefully that's against sideline warning against the Mustangs. Need a get back guy. You got to stay behind the white.
You got to have your get back.
We're just excited.
Yeah. We are. It was a good deep kick and then great coverage. You talk about a guy running backwards and catching it on the 1-yard line.
I caught him before the game, Coach Van Pelt. The one, what did you say last week? Looks like the Barbarian Raider or something. Like that.
They call him. Back when we first got him, there would be maybe kids that weren't familiar with athletics going to strength and fitness. Like, who's the coach that looks like a Viking?
Viking. There you go. He's kind of the get back guy. He's kind of responsible for Wagner too. Pass left side, number 11 for Collinsville. That's Maverick Davis. Gain of about 8.
And you saw Warren Pierce coming in as kind of the cleanup man there. And those hits like that really knock you to the ground, those hits, the ones you feel in the fourth quarter. And that's good to see the Mustangs rallying to the football.
They're running well to the ball, playing well. Need to get off the field here, 6:42. Don't want to give them a chance to get any momentum. Oh, big hole.
Hand off to that big back, but they brought him down because he's a big guy, hard to tackle. And he lost a shoe, so he –
Ty Cherry grabbed anything he could.
Jack Keith, the running back there, gain of enough for a first down and 10 for the Cardinals.
And 2 big plays, and unfortunately they're going quick.
Hand off up the middle, number 32, the back, Scott Rigby, gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the carry. Got through that D line, so your linebackers had to really just make sure they were in position to help bring him down, and it usually takes more than one blue jersey. These guys are big and can run hard.
Yeah, we talked about our stable of running backs. They're already on their 3rd or 4th one, and they can all do what they do well, whether they're big or fast.
Man, that far side receiver, his foot was over the ball, and that boy, Sam Hogue saved a touchdown there.
Yeah, but he let him get behind him a little bit there. Ran kind of a double move. The key to that was he had time. He had no one in his face. We're not really getting any pressure. Perhaps some of that playing both ways, getting after us. You see us shuffling some guys here, but just
Mustang's going to shuffle a couple of guys on, couple of guys off, hand off.
Oh, broken tackles.
Number 32, the running back for Collinsville, Scott Rigby. Had a big drive for him, and he will put it in the end zone for 6. You just need a minute. Like, we feel a little tired. You know what I'm saying? We had a big offensive possession, put points on the board, and
had some emotion on the sidelines, maybe too much. We talked a little bit about that. You can't live on the last play. You got to have the mind of a goldfish.
PAT is up, and it is good. 5:35 left to play. The Cardinals will take a 7-point lead. It is 14-7. And Coach Wagner talked about we really have to eliminate their big plays. And, you know, big pass play there across the left side really kind of set them up in good position.
Plenty of time, 5:35 here left to go before half. Plenty of time to go back and match their score. Just got to get the emotion up, make a big play of our own.
Texoma Tractor, a proud sponsor of Mustang Athletics. Appreciate them and what they do. And then Mid-America Feeds, the highest quality livestock feed and service right there in big town of Talala, Oklahoma. Appreciate those guys and their sponsorship and helping us with Mustang Athletics. Both marching bands will be performing at halftime. We'll certainly make sure you catch all of the Mustang marching band show. Take just a second. If you're a social media user, hit the share button so folks all across the fruited plains of America can enjoy Mustang football tonight, Friday Night Lights. Pooch kick kind of to the far side. Jackson Burchett's got to have an opportunity to do something with it. Going to cut back to the right. He could be gone. Just him and the kicker. Kicker will knock him out of bounds. But what an incredible return for the Mustangs. They'll get the ball on the good side of the field. First down and 10.
Yeah, great job there by him. Not calling fair catch, realizing he had time. They kicked that Pooch a little too deep.
Yeah.
That's not what they're trying to do there. They're trying to kick it about 5 to 8 yards shallower, so you got to fair catch it.
It looked like, I couldn't see his facial expression, but he realized he broke through that, and all there was the kicker, like he was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Of course, the kicker did have an angle on him.
Kicker had the angle on him, and their kicker's a pretty good athlete too. But a good job there. Ball on the plus side of the field. Need to go score.
That kind of settles your emotions of giving up some big plays. You get your own big play, and our offense had a lot of success on the last drive, so it's good to see we get our offense in a good starting position and lots of time on the clock.
First down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Handoff, Ashton Wright, right side. Gain of about 7 on the carry.
Nice job there by the offensive line, opening a hole. He was able to stick his right foot in the ground and just go straight up the field, right up the hash marks for 8.
You know, if the game ended now, the Who You Got award would have to go to Blake Salt. He just talked about how important that line was. We have been able to pretty effectively run the ball tonight with Mustang offensive line just getting it done. Brad's going to carry it. First down. Found a seam. Knocked out of bounds about the 20-yard line. Good gain for the Mustangs. First down and 10.
Yeah, that's a design run there for Brad, kind of a quarterback sweep look. He's able to pick whatever hole he wants. He found one he liked, was able to pick up big yardage there. First down and 10, ball just outside the 20, plenty of time, 4:49, clock stop.
4:48 left to play till halftime. Ashton Wright gets the carry, going to bounce outside. Gain of about 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was ever down there. The guy kind of spun with him, and he landed on him, and he smartly kept going.
Collinsville will bring in some fresh legs for their defenders.
And Collinsville's got to where they're just loading the box, and we're still, like we said, we're still able to put a hat on a hat and get a hole for Ashton.
Man, if they're putting 8 guys in, you're still carrying the ball 4, 5, and 6 yards of play. That just goes to your front line. That just goes to those guys creating space. Jackson Burchett, the receiver, out to the far side. He's the only receiver in the formation. Handoff, nothing there up the middle, so he's going to bounce out around the left side, maybe gain a yard on the play. So he's going to bring up about 3rd down and 4.
You saw us go for a field goal last week. Definitely don't want to have to settle for a field goal, but it's in the cards this year. It'll be
Coach
3rd and medium.
This week they worked a lot on special teams, and he said, Brent, some stuff you wouldn't expect. He's like, it's a full deck of playing cards tonight because in case we need it down the stretch.
We have no one split out to the wide side of the field. Interesting play design here.
3rd down and 4. Ashton Wright going to get it. He's still on his feet, brought down hard about the 4-yard line. What's most important, 1st down and goal coming up for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he took a big lick there by Nate Davis, junior defensive back for the Cardinals. You'll see that sometimes. Those hits look a little bit worse because he does jump cuts, and he was in the air there. But great job by the line. 1st and goal, ball on the 4.
That left side of the line just created enough space for him to get through. He can make a cut. He can make a guy miss. That's what makes him such a special running back.
Yeah, and I think that hit hurt a lot more than what he showed. He got up nodding, giving a thumbs up, but he wants his carries down here in the red zone.
1st down and goal. Brad going to sneak around, maybe get a yard on forward momentum.
He did a good job there. If anything, just get back to the line of scrimmage. Had to make a lot of people miss. Ultimately, Cage Boyd, senior inside linebacker for the Cardinals, came up with a big hit there.
We're going to say he lost a yard. 2nd and goal coming up from the 5 with 2:38 left to play until half.
With the Cardinals only having 1 timeout, I think you're seeing Coach Noble kind of pull the reins in and slow it down here. Don't want to give them the ball back after we score, potentially, with too much time on the clock.
Boy, you'd love to push this thing in because you've had some pretty costly mistakes in the first half, and so if you can get out of a half of football at home with the Collinsville team, that gives you a great opportunity in the second half to put yourself in success. So we're going to see a timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back with Mustang Football.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to making
2:08 left to play till halftime. It is 2nd down and goal coming up for the Mustangs. And the play is whistled dead.
False start. Huge penalty. 2nd and goal from the 5. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10, although they want to talk about it.
I think there was a lot of movement up from the D-line. I don't know if they jumped first, jumped over and pushed, or.
Yeah,
but there was a lot of movement up front with the linebackers creeping up and the D-line.
We got our bigger back end, Ty Cherry. He's a power back. He looks for contact.
Sorry, apologize for the delay. We're having a technical difficulty there for just a second.
And they are going to call a false start. Yeah, they went 5 yards too far. Going to be 2nd and goal from right at the 10-yard line.
And off around the right side. Might get back down to about the 6.
You saw the speed there of number 4 for Collinsville. That's Hudson Henslick. You see him on offense and defense. Looked like Ty had an opening there, but Henslick has that top-end speed to close the distance.
Clock continues to run. 1:46 left to play until halftime. The Mustangs have a timeout left. The Cardinals have a timeout left. It's 3rd down and goal from the 7. Going to change some personnel. Got 18 seconds on the play clock, so they have plenty of time.
They have time, but it's confusion for sure.
You want to make sure you get this right. This is a big, probably the biggest 3rd down play of the game thus far.
We're going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to use it. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back with more Mustang football right after this.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so
Sorry about the buzz. I like ran over this great commercial, and wasn't my fault.
Big 3rd down.
You gonna fess up on that?
Yeah, that was me. I tried to plug in the iPad to keep it charged. Like I was
3rd
told.
down and goal for the Mustangs. Brad rolling out. He's got a guy. Had a cutter across the middle. It was Shondell, and it's overthrown.
That's another grab there. They're letting the wide receivers play, or the corners, because he was open for a minute and he was grabbed from behind. No call. That's a big no call.
4th down and 7. You got a couple of great kickers in your tool bag. So the Mustangs probably going to kick a field goal here. The reason why I say probably is they worked on all kinds of special team stuff this week. It feels like there's 100 Collinsville Cardinals on the field. I'm assuming they're counting 11, but.
Oh, that's a backwards pass, guys. That's a live ball. Oh.
Might have an angle, maybe not. Boy, just a big mental mistake.
Yeah, not sure. That's a design pop-up and pass. Not sure if there was someone in the way forcing that high throw. Ball was definitely over his head, and then just lack of awareness. That ball's live.
Yeah. He told me they worked on that week. He said you could see a fake field goal, and sure enough, it just didn't pan out for how the Mustangs would. The official does show a touchdown.
Man, we've had a big play, but it seems like all the big momentum plays, the turnovers, we dropped a punt, have went against us so far. Really, honestly, like fortunate if they convert here to only be down 21-7.
Boy, what a swing of events, man! You were down second and goal from your 5. On a fake field goal attempt. Now you're down by 2 touchdowns. Well, and 12 left to play till halftime. And the Mustangs going to have to dig deep. It's in there. They got to find it. It's not the first time they've been in this situation. Blake, what's the demeanor on the sideline?
There's no wind in the sails, I'll say that.
Not much on the flag either, so yeah, it was like there's a term called oof, and that's kind of probably what would describe the sidelines.
Guys, we're going to need to get a big return here. We need to get some momentum. If we could get in field goal position and actually kick a field goal.
Well, you thought you were being smart by using your timeouts. You did never anticipate this being the situation. So it would be nice to get a return, get yourself in position where you could have some kind of answer before halftime. Stallion Battalion will be marching at halftime. We'll catch that show in its entirety. Big thanks to Burns Propane, providing propane to greater Oologah area for over 20 years. And Edward Jones Investment, Ken Jensen. Appreciate Ken and his support of Mustang Athletics. You hear him on the PA system this evening. And here's the kick. Pooch kick to that far side. I believe that's Ashton run into a group of tacklers at the 30-yard line. So Mustangs will take over first down and 10 with 1:06 left to play till half. Be curious what Coach Wagner comes out with.
Yes, because you're kind of in between. Do you want to try to run your 2-minute offense with no timeouts, or you can kind of just damage control and get to halftime?
I
think you got to be aggressive.
I do too. I think you got to see if you can get this first down.
Even if it's just for the optics of, guys, we're fighting. We're going to try to go score right here.
You got to try to get this first down, and if it's almost like first gear and go. Mustangs are pretty spread. They do have a back in the backfield. Brad under a little bit of pressure. Pass overthrown. Hogue was the intended receiver on the far side, or the near side. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
I still like the looks of it. Rolling to your left's difficult. He was open. That's a tough pass.
Clock did stop. The play clock has 19 seconds and counting. So second down and 10. Mustangs got to find an answer for their passing game. Coach Wagner knew they would need that coming in tonight. End around. Shondell, ball carrier, gain of 4 is going to bring up third down and 6 with 51 and counting.
I think you'll see us bleed this pretty far down.
Yeah.
They still have a timeout. They could force a punt. We're going to have to snap it with about 12 seconds left at best in our case.
Mustangs not in a hurry. It's a big halftime. Big halftime meeting with the coaches. Just talk about scheming. No one in the backfield. Hoisington crossed the middle. Got Ashton Wright, the running back. Popped out into the slot. First down and 10. Ball's on the other side of the field. 12 seconds left. Clock did stop. Mustangs can't stop it. Be curious to see if they'll try to give it a shot.
They're winding the clock pretty quick.
Now there's the clock 11.
I'd like to see us perhaps snap. There's not time to run 4 anyway. Just spike it. It'll be one play. Once he gets out.
2 seconds left. Receiver on this side's Jackson Burchett. First
Great
down
job.
and 10. Move the chains. You got 2 seconds. I appreciate the aggression. May not get anything out of it. I appreciate the aggression. Folks came to watch a football game. Let's give it to them. 2 seconds left to play till half. Brad being chased. Knocked down. You hear the siren in the background. That means it's halftime. Going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the Mustang Halftime Show right after this.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt. Man, the Mustangs had their moments in the first half where things were going their way. A couple of really big mistakes allowed the Cardinals to put some points on the board you kind of wish you could take back. We are at the Mustang Halftime Show. Both bands will be marching in their entirety. We're going to come up with our segment called Meet the Teacher here in just a minute. We're going to visit with our vocational agriculture teacher Seth Jackson. He's new to the Mustangs family. We'll talk with him in just a second. But I am joined right now with one of our new Mustang staff. She is the principal at our lower elementary, where all the littles are, Miss Keisha Bell. Keisha, welcome to the Mustang family.
Thank you for having me.
We are so glad that you're here, and I think everything is off to a great start over in your building so far. I mean, everybody's got to eat and all that stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We've made sure that everyone has had their plates ready.
Well, let's talk a little bit about you. Where's home for you? Like, are you from Oklahoma? Where were you born and raised? And
I was born and raised in Louisiana, deep
really?
South Louisiana.
Which part?
Down around the Texas border, around Lake Charles.
Okay. Well, you don't sound like that. So I mean, like, you didn't say not a dog died, you know?
Give me a little bit.
Did you ever go alligator hunting?
No.
Do you ever watch,
I do. I have been chased by an alligator.
Have you really?
I have.
I spent a couple of years in Louisiana, and what's funny, up here on the road we have typically it's armadillos, possums. Sometimes you'll see a deer. Roadkill in Louisiana is a whole nother thing.
Total different story there.
It's turtles that will take out your car, and I have literally seen alligator as roadkill on the road in Louisiana. So,
yes.
So when did you move to Oklahoma?
Moved to Oklahoma about 22 years ago, and we've lived in Salisaw for those 22 years and raised our family there.
Wow. Okay, let's talk family. How long you been married?
25 years.
25 years. And how many kids you got?
2 kiddos.
And where are they at?
My daughter is actually starting her teaching career in Salisaw. She's teaching 3rd grade this year. And then my son is off to college over in Russellville, Arkansas to become an ag educator.
Okay, is it Russellville or Russellville?
It's Russellville to me.
I thought it was Russell. Yeah, well, that's so a family of educators, right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
And is your husband, is he in education too? Or
He's actually an engineer with Union Pacific, he's very familiar with the area. He's run trains through here for many, many years.
So you spent 22 years in Salisaw. How did we sweet talk you into coming to this beautiful place called Oologah?
It was just a prime opportunity in their transition of our family's lives, and saw the opportunity and jumped in there.
Well, how's it been so far? Like, how's the Mustang family?
Everyone, I'll be eternally grateful to everyone, the support and the help that they've made this transition so smooth for me. So, is
this your first principal role? Or
it is.
Okay.
It is. Yes, I was in education for 20 years. The last 2 as a reading specialist in Salisaw, and it was just time to move on up.
Well, I had a great conversation with Dr. Wilkins and Miss Atkins last week. I've been around this place for a long time. I really feel like we're off to one of our best school starts in school history.
Very excited about this school year.
So how's it gone at the lower? It's been smooth?
It's been great. In elementary, you're just around them a little bit. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of glow dance parties, just celebrating our learning and just getting the year going.
So do you guys still get nap time over there?
There are a few naps every now and then.
Okay.
Not the teachers.
If I was going to teach, that's where I'd want to be, was in nap time. Well, Keisha, we are so excited to have you a part of the Mustang family. I hear nothing but great things that are coming out of there. And so thanks for dropping by tonight and just kind of introducing yourself to the Mustang family. It's good to have you on.
All right.
We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more right after this.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say,
Hey Mustang family, I'm here with first year teacher and new ag teacher Seth Jackson. Hey Mustang family, I'm here with first year teacher and new ag teacher Seth Jackson. Mr. Jackson, why don't you introduce yourself, tell them where you're from, those types of things.
My name is Seth Jackson. I'm from Shawnee, Oklahoma. Went to high school at Bethel. While I was there, I played baseball, football, ran cross country, and then was heavily involved in the FFA. So that's kind of where my passion for teaching ag came from. Following high school, went to Oklahoma State, rushed fraternity, AGR, and through that I went to Oklahoma State, had my major in agriculture education, and then I picked up a minor my junior year in ag leadership. Following that, just kind of looked for a job and ended up here.
Yeah, and you were interning Adair, is that right?
Yes, interned at Adair under Devin Delozier, and in my opinion, probably one of the best ag teachers in the state of Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, obviously we're partial to you guys and Mrs. Smith, but he is a name, and that's a program for sure. When you talk about this area of Oklahoma, you talk about Owasso, you talk about Oologah, you talk about Adair. So I know that you were in good hands, and we were excited when we interviewed you, excited to offer you the job. And you started, it's different with an ag teacher. They don't start in August with new teachers report. You started in May. So tell everyone how that transition went and things you got involved in quickly.
So I started in May, essentially the last day of school here. I was pretty much in the building the next Monday with the keys to the ag truck, and pretty much hit the ground running. Started going to pig shows. First show we went to was in Oswego, Kansas, and then we took on the Friar Series pretty hard. Showed 4 weekends in a row, took anywhere from 15 to 25 pigs to those, and did shooting sports, went to Big 3, which is a livestock judging contest, and then just kind of been hitting the ground running, kind of trying to get my classroom fixed up. If you haven't seen the new look to it or haven't been in there at all, it looks really good in there. Love to have you guys down there.
Yeah, the ag building's great. I think we're the largest ag group of kids we've had, 8 through 12 in history. We're pushing 160, maybe more. That's exciting.
175.
175. It's the biggest thing we do when you look at total numbers here. And lastly, why don't you talk, in a couple weeks we have County Fair. That's a big thing over in Claremore.
Yeah, so County Fair, went to Media Day a couple weeks ago. That way we were able to get some information on that. They're going to have the rides open a day longer, live music every night. We're going to showcase our kids every single day through agri-science, whether that's in the main building or through the livestock deal. We're pretty excited. Our kids are pumped. It's going to be a good time, so we'd love to have your support. And then the Monday night, which is the 17th, that's the premium sale. So our kids will be in that, and if you want to get a chance to help our kids out financially, this show project deal is not cheap, so we'd love to see you there.
For sure, and we have a rich tradition not only of our community stepping up and helping out, but of kids making the sale. If you win showmanship there, you earn a full ride to RSU, so it's definitely a big deal. It's a cool week. I love getting out there, and we appreciate your support as always. This is Meet the Teach with Mr. Jackson, and we'll be right back with more after this.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans. At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt. It is a beautiful, beautiful September night. I can say that because it is the 1st of September here. Welcome to fall and football season. It's the Mustang Halftime Show. The Mustangs, man, just a couple of big mistakes have just put you in a spot. One of those Mustangs had the ball second down and goal, backed up a little bit. We're going to fake a field goal, and that just did not pan out, so it was actually a backward pass, and Collinsville returned it for a touchdown just to really give them a late score. Mustangs really didn't have enough time, and honestly, not enough momentum. Kind of just knocked the wind out of their sail, if you will. 5:36 left to go, and the Collinsville marching band's clearing the field, and you can see the Oologah marching band will be coming on, so we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it will be the Stallion Battalion Marching Band, and we're going to catch their show in its entirety. This is the Mustang Halftime Show.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent after 20 years in coaching.
Collinsville only had 3. Mustangs had 115 yards rushing. Collinsville had 56. Passing, we were 3 for 8 with 66 yards. Collinsville was 5 for 7 for 64 yards. So you can see offensively the Mustangs had the better statistics. It's just Collinsville was able to kind of do a couple of things and take advantage of our just mistakes. 3 for 30 yards and penalties where Collinsville only has 1 penalty for 5 yards, so that really makes a difference. Ashton Wright, 14 carries, 69 yards. Ty Cherry has a carry for 3 yards. Hoisington had 9 carries for 18 yards. Stovall, 4 carries for 21 yards. And then Shondell had kind of an end around, 1 carry for 5 yards. Passing, Brad's 3 of 8, 66 yards. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And receiving, Jackson Burchett has 2 receptions, 48 yards and a touchdown. And Ashton Wright had a reception for 18 yards. So the passing yards, even though there's only 3 of them, they were all pretty good chunk plays. You can see down on the field the Mustang Stallion Battalion getting ready to march their halftime show under the direction of John Matthews and Dave Smith. So I'm going to let the field mic do the work, and you can enjoy the Stallion Battalion halftime show.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son. Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son. First name here.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium. It is the Mustang Halftime Show. Everybody, I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt on the sideline, and we got ourselves a crew. Mr. Jason Streeter punching all those buttons over there, and then we also have a couple of new starters for us on our cameras.
Absolutely. We got a couple of great kids. We have Asher Streeter, Nate Osborne doing a great job.
Well, hold on. Nate's not what he goes by. It's Gator.
Gator.
It's Gator. It's Gator. Like, I saw the camera was labeled Gator, and I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, I didn't know he had a Gator. But no, no. Excited to have these guys as a part of the broadcast, and so appreciate your patience. Been a huge jump from week 1 with our new team to week 2 as we kind of get our legs under us. But, man, just excited to have this season underway. Mustangs really, man, I go back to that first half, Kevin and Blake, and think about 2 plays that just, man, really are the difference on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we had we were second and goal from the 5. Had that false start, second 10, go backwards, ultimately go for it we line up to kick a field goal, and then we fake it. We throw a lateral, we kind of give up on the ball, they pick it up, scoop, and score. And instead of being maybe 14-10, it's 21-7, Blake. And that's going to be a tall order. We're kicking the ball off. We're going to have to, fight our guts out not to be down even more here.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. It's a perfect storm against us. Collinsville's got a lot of momentum. They're up by 2 touchdowns. We don't get a chance to come out with the football. But I will say this. I 100% believe that our defense has kept us in this game and will continue to keep us in this game. So maybe it's good that we're going to start out with a strong defensive opportunity for the Mustangs.
I talked a little bit about the stats in our halftime show, but Kevin, on that stat sheet, what kind of pops to you?
Yeah, what pops to me is time of possession. We have it for almost 17 minutes. They barely have it for 7 minutes. Maybe that pays some dividends. It's harder to play defense than offense, so maybe that pays some dividends for our line, and maybe in the fourth quarter if we can somehow keep it close. Ashton Wright, 14 carries for 69 yards. It's almost 5 yards a clip. We had 115 rushing yards there in the first half. Only 3 for 8 in the passing game for 66 yards and an INT. We had more turnovers and more penalties than the Cardinals.
Yeah, that just kind of shoots you in the foot. They had 5 yards penalized. We were penalized for 30 yards. So, when there's a plus 25, not in your favor, but that's just a big deal. So the Mustangs getting ready to kick it away here for the third quarter. Man, what a speech. I mean, that speech is just, guys, go play with the short memory. First half is, almost you get a toilet and you flush it and go, there it is. And now here we go. We've got to come out and play strong. And, adjustments made, but you executed things for the most part the way you wanted to. You ran the ball well. Passing game could have been a little more prolific, but when it was there when you needed it. So Sam Hogue is set to kick it away. There's the whistles. Be great if he could put this thing in the end zone. He certainly got the leg for it.
That's a big kick.
He did. He's going to take it from 2 steps in the end zone, but the refs are going to say, nope, that'll be a touchback. So Cardinals first down and 10.
Yeah, that's a nice kickoff there by Hogue. Puts him at the 25. Going to make him go 75 big yards. We need to get 3 and out, set the tone here early.
I see everybody came out in full uniform, so I don't necessarily think there's any injuries that the Mustangs need to be thinking through or compensating for. Blake, what's the attitude on the sideline?
I think it's relatively good. I think it's just kind of you're a little bit antsy. You go into halftime with a way different score what you thought you were going to get, and to come out and now they've got the ball again, you've got to just be ready to go.
Jack Keith, that big running back for Collinsville. He's in the backfield. Number 4, he's slippery. He's going to go on the end around. Nobody's got a hand on him yet. Man, they were able to bring him down. How about that for Garrett Saul? Just saved 6.
Yeah, good job there, grabbing some ankles. Kind of ran that jet sweep look. Overloaded us on that side of just had one more guy than we did.
I'm going to give kudos to Garrett because number 4 is hard to tackle. And Garrett just grabbed hold and brought him down.
Unfortunately for us, it was 25 yards down past the line of scrimmage, though.
Mustangs with 4 down linemen. Typically we're a 3-down set, but wanted to create some pressure.
Oh, he's wide open.
Across the middle, pass complete to number 5. Ben Daniels go untouched into the end zone. They'll strike 2 plays. Touchdown Cardinals.
Definitely looked like perhaps a mix-up in coverage. Gavin had him, carried him about 8-9 yards, and then stopped. Acted like he should have someone over the top, but unfortunately there was nobody there. 35 seconds into the second half, and that's one if you've ever been punched in the gut and you get the air knocked out of you. That's what it feels like.
You know, there's no 21-point plays in football. You know, you've got a full half of football to play. I think you come in, run your offense, control the clock, control the game. I don't think you start slinging, acting like you're down. You've got to establish some confidence in your boys. Come out with a W, come out with a loss. You've got to make progress tonight.
Yeah, we've moved the ball. We just, you know, we've had some turnovers. We've had some, you know, we went for it on 4th down. That fake field goal situation. We just haven't sustained and got it in. They've kind of, Collinsville's done a good job. Credit to them. They're a great football team. They've done the bend but don't break on the scoreboard tonight.
Mustang fans are kind of quiet. It's not necessarily how you wanted to start the second half where you needed to dig yourself out a hole, and you let Collinsville 2 plays later make the hole 7 points deeper. Collinsville pretty much pooched it every time. They had one pooch go a little far where Jackson Bircher was able to make some progress, make good return on it. Looks like this will be just another kind of pooch kick.
He's kicking it far enough. We're going to have a chance at a return here. He's still going.
Going to bring it out about the 42-yard line. So great return for the Mustangs. Good field position to start. 1st down and 10. And here comes your offense.
Yeah, that's a good return. Looked like he was stopped 8 or 10 yards, was able to tunnel through.
Blake, you've been in these positions as the leader of a team. You got to pat those guys on the helmet and say, here we go. Let's go. Let's just make the next play.
You do, but you can't lose your identity, just like we talked about. You know, you're down 21, but there's a lot of time on the clock. We're in the 3rd quarter. There's a lot of football to be played, so just slow down, give it to your playmakers, and all it takes is one big play to ignite your offense again.
Ashton Wright is the running back in the backfield. Brad going to pass to Ashton.
And I think we can do that. I think we can perhaps open up the playbook a little bit with the short passing game. Maybe not look for that big play down the field that's challenging our offensive line to make those big pass sets. We can get rid of the ball a little bit quicker and open it up that way.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. You guys are going to get tired of hearing me saying this, but we've got to find some confidence in that passing game. Feel like we can run the ball well. We've got to find some confidence in our receivers. Brad is a quarterback keeper up the middle, going to gain maybe a couple. Yeah, he'll gain 2, brings up 3rd down, about 4.
Big 3rd down here. Definitely can't go 3 and out. Had a nice return on the kickoff. Got the ball by midfield. We need to get a 1st down here.
And a lot of times that first down just gets you a little bit of momentum, starts your drive, leads to a 2nd one, and hopefully an end zone trip.
All right, 4 receivers, and now they're going to move Ashton out, so it's an empty backfield. Brad's going to tuck and run. Nobody there to stop him. He'll get the 1st down. Gain him about 11.
I don't know if that was a designed run, but, man, we ran some receivers, just ran them off the ball, and that opened up big time. That was an easy play there for Brad. Good job.
Ball spotted down the 43-yard line. Special thanks to Keisha Bell for being a part of our halftime show, our new principal at the lower elementary. Great visit from her. Seth Jackson, our new ag teacher. Brad will just throw it away. And he had Braxton Davis that was kind of there, but I think Brad probably more running for his life.
Yeah, that was a throwaway. Well, good coverage there by the Cardinals. And, again, their secondary is being very physical with our wide receivers, having a lot of success with their hands and just fighting it. We got to find a way to kind of get off that coverage.
Ashton Wright still in the backfield. 15 seconds on the play clock as Mustangs get set in their formation. Kind of a bigger formation with Mr. Salt in there. Hand off to Ashton. Not a lot there. He's going to keep churning, keep pushing. Actually, we'll get 5. But, man, that initial contact, Kevin, was right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, offensive line kept fighting, and he kept churning those feet. You saw those feet. You couldn't really see him. You saw those knees moving, and able to pick up enough to give us a 3rd and manageable here.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Mustangs. Van Pelt cracks me up on the sideline. He's the keeper backer.
Well, we've had our warning, so any further penalties will be a penalty.
Yeah.
Screenplay. Gobbled up.
Couldn't get anywhere. Yeah. That big old number 10, he plays as a linebacker, but also plays as, was that number 70? Yeah, it was number 70 on their line. Was able to just grab a hold of him, standing right beside number 10.
Yeah, number 70, Hunter McBee, junior defensive end there. And we got a guy down. Looks like Ashton Wright down. Gives us a chance to talk about 4th down.
And that's not the news you want. Labor Day weekend is upon us. No school on Monday.
Picture day at the high school on Tuesday.
Y'all better send a text. Because I'm telling you, after a long 3-day weekend, the Kellogg House going to forget that.
We have retake day, but yeah.
Come on. There he is. He's walking mostly under his own power.
Yeah, he's got a hitch in his giddy up. Hopefully he's okay.
Tough kid. Tough kid. Just in work ethic, attitude. He's going to head over to the trainer table. And Mustangs, every time we've punted tonight, kind of do this wonky formation.
That's got to get down a little bit. Oh, nice bounce.
How about that? I think it'll stop down about the 7-yard line. Let's see how far he goes. The Cards will take over 1st down and 10. You know, pretty good special teams play. A couple of times we've put them inside the 10-yard line to start a drive.
Yeah, after that initial punt hitting the ground, we've done a good job there. And the Cardinals have kind of chosen, that's a wonky formation, to just play it straight up defense and just let the ball go where it lies. I guarantee you Jackson definitely has the option there to run. But got him pinned deep, 8-yard line. Need to get him off the field quickly so we can keep good field position here for the offense.
8:37 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Mustang defense, 2 plays in the first possession of the game against the Cardinals. 2 against in the half. Words are hard. Cards were able to move the ball pretty easy. A couple of big plays their last time out. So defense has got something to prove. They need to lock down, play some pretty tight defense here. Screen play, got a flag down on the field.
They're going to blow it
stop it dead, yeah. They're going to say false start.
Trying to set up a screen, kind of overload the high side of the field there. It's going to move them back half the distance. Should be 1st and 14 from about the 4-yard line.
You can still pass from that, but, man, it's just offenses typically try to run out of those situations. Just, you know, that's an easy scenario for a pick 6. And I'll be honest with you, I wish they would throw it and the Mustangs would get a pick 6. certainly help our momentum swing. Big 10. He's fast, he's big, he's hard to bring down. Sam Hogue's going to get in a race with him and bring him down and save 6. Brought him down about the 38-yard line.
Good job by Sam, tracking him all the way from the far side of the field to save some points. But what a luxury is that from the 4-yard line, untouched for 50-plus yards.
Big plays. Coach Wagner and I talked about that. He's like, we really have to limit their big plays. And that's a scenario right there. Just a running play. Exploded for more than what you would anticipate. First down, 10. And off to 32. Gain of about 8.
Max Becker and Garrett Salt on the tackle.
Scott Rigsby, the ball carrier for the Cardinals, brings up second down and 2.
Mustangs need something to ignite, not just the sidelines, but the crowd.
Pretty quiet in
Turnover.
Mustang Stadium, yeah.
Turnover would do just that.
Quiet. Number 11 just had a handful of jersey there. Number 4, Hudson Henslick. I think that's his second touchdown on the evening. This time they did it in 3. Feels like your Mustang defense just out of gas. The PAT attempt, ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. Coach Wagner talked about the importance of seeing this team under stress and just how would this group of seniors that have really starting their freshman year through COVID and how weird that was, and practicing in groups, and didn't ever have them all in the locker room just because of quarantine, and just the challenge that presented, and just fighting through. These guys have got a lot of fight in them, and seeing how they respond. But it's 35 down to 7. Mustang offense needs the ball to bounce their way. Blake, what do you see on Ashton? Looks like he's upright and talking to the trainer.
Yeah, I know it looked like he had a nosebleed, and then they worked on his leg a little bit. I think it might have been some type of cramp, or I don't know. He's up and walking around and talking and moving around on it. And he kind of gave a thumbs up to the coaches when they looked over to check on him. So I think he's all right.
I'm thinking with the score the way it is, I don't want to see him with a helmet on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to say we can't come back, but non-district game is an important game. We talked about the rivalry.
But you
always a chance for some Mustang magic, but it's early in the season.
You can go 0-3 in non-district and still make it all the way to the important games,
Deeper kickoff.
Sam Hogue on the return. We'll get it out about the 30-yard line. First down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. What's interesting, Stovall had a good weekend running the ball last weekend.
Yeah.
And he's your second back. I mean, he's your backup.
He had 4 carries for 21 yards in the first half. So, I mean, he's clipping at 5 a carry. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Jaden Tanner with some in the game. Sophomore Landon Roach is a good hard runner. He's a strong kid. He had a touchdown last week. So, plenty of guys in the stable. Obviously, a little bit of drop off there maybe with the quickness. But those guys are plenty capable.
All right, 2 receivers are to this side of the field. Stovall is the running back. Handoff at the middle. I think Collinsville's just kind of daring you to run it. He'll gain about 3 on the carry. Second down and 7 coming up. Mustangs are on the road next Friday night.
They got a player down.
Somehow we always keep winding up in these, rivalry games, but with schools that are bigger than us.
Yeah, they're pushing over 1,200 kids. We're at 520, so they're over double our size. But we're 1-1 in the last 2 years since we rekindled that rivalry. If we can get out of here healthy and get some momentum and improve the last, 19 minutes of the game here, I like our chances next week.
So we are at Claremore. And pregame, all things work well, should be 6:30. Kickoff at 7:05.
If you have Hogue luck, you need to leave a little early because you're going to hit a train. I don't care which way I choose to go. There's a train waiting for me, waving at me. I think every time.
Then the Mustangs will actually get a week off because we played that week 0. So week 0, Fort Gibson, week 1 here tonight with Collinsville, week 2 on the road at Collinsville, and then week 3 of the season we actually get a night off, which is really important. If you do have some injuries, kind of gives you an opportunity to get kind of healed up. 2nd down and 6. Brad looking to pass. On the right side, complete to Braxton Davis. Good for a Mustang 1st down and 10.
Yeah, and that's good to see. I think that's just our 4th completion of the night. 5th completion, I think, of 2nd of the half.
Blake, I think that's so important just to build some confidence in your passing game. You need it to be there when you need it.
Yeah, and those little kind of chip shot, they're kind of like little fire starters. It's an easy 1st down pitch and catch. Get your hands in the fast guys out on the edge, and it does wonders for a quarterback's confidence.
Kind of a bobbled handoff.
Nice tackle there by number 32, Scott Rigby, sophomore inside linebacker for the Cardinals.
Also plays as running back as well. I don't know if the bobbled kind of exchange between the quarterback and the running back caused an issue, but only a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up. After the Mustangs have that kind of bye week, we will start district play at Cleveland. 4 receivers in this set for the Mustangs.
It's a fun place to play. Real grass.
Real grass.
Field runs east and west, not north and south.
And a stadium that was, I believe, built as a part of the WPA program. I mean, seriously, it's that old rock stadium. Kind of has a historic feel to it. Oh, he's going to want that one back. Pass intended for number 4, Braxton Davis. Could have just fallen forward, I believe, got the 1st down. Instead, brings up 3rd down and 9. When I talked to Coach about the confidence of the passing game, it wasn't necessarily so much about Brad throwing. You have some young receivers.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Brad.
Yeah. And those receivers just being confident that they don't turn too fast, don't worry about the guy that's fixing to hit you, secure the ball, make the play. 4 receivers in the set, and actually they're going to move the running back out as a slot. So it's an empty backfield. Cardinals show blitz. Brad's in trouble.
Gets crunched there, kind of sandwiched.
Man number 70 on their line. We've called his name several times tonight. He's the one that just kind of got a hand in there, Hunter McBee.
I want to give a shout out. I know they're lifetime Collinsvillers. Steve and Marty Jones celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. Their daughter Bridget Lawhead. Wanted me to give them a shout out. Definitely want to. 50 years is great.
Happy Adam, that's an incredible thing.
Yes, that's awesome. Congrats.
They might be Cardinals, but they're Oklahomans.
Absolutely.
Americans, and so we celebrate you guys tonight. Congratulations on just a tremendous accomplishment in life. Mustangs punted it away again.
High punt.
Guys kind of lost the ball in the lights. Going to be down at the 30-yard line. 1st down and 10 coming up for Cards. So we will start the season at Cleveland. And the last Friday night of September, Wagner comes to town.
Yes, sir.
And Wagner rivalry, there was a decade where that was a pretty serious rivalry where it was kind of back and forth, and then several times met them in the state championship game. It's been more lopsided in Wagner's favor the last couple of years. They, last year, regular season, Cushing in district play just handed it to him. Hand off to the big back, number 10.
Kind of a toss sweep there.
Going to gain about 6 on the carry. Brings up 2nd down and 4. Cushing and Wagner both worked their way through the playoffs to meet in the gold ball game. And Cushing handled them in the first half, but Wagner came back. Probably was one of the best games in all of Oklahoma playoffs last season. And Wagner won another gold ball. So they will come here and visit us the last Friday night in September.
Got a guy running on late.
Hand off to number 10.
Good job by Tad Cherry. Ball's loose. He knocked it loose.
Trucked by Ty Cherry. It's a flag coming in.
Don't be on the defense. Yep, our ball. What's the penalty, though?
He picked it up.
Great job. I think that's that beanie that they throw down. It wasn't a flag, per se.
Oh, okay.
Or he grabbed the
I'm with
wrong
you.
one. He
I'm
grabbed the
with
wrong
you.
color.
Yeah.
But
I think he intended to grab the beanie. He grabbed a yellow flag, but then realized it and picked it up. So Mustang football, first down and 10. And, man, just an opportunity here.
Absolutely. Game right up the road, Owasso, number 4 in 6A. 21-0 over Jinx at the half. So that's a 3 versus 4 matchup. That's a great game.
Everybody, well, not necessarily should be playing tonight. St. Springs is off. They played week 0. Wright's back in the ball game. Good cut. Gain of about 14. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Doing what they do well, running the ball.
Yeah, nice job there on first down. You mentioned Wagner. They're all over Coweta at Coweta, 24-7 at the half.
Wagner's got a special thing going. You know, they won a state championship last year with a majority of sophomore starters.
Wow.
The last time they did that, they were three-peats. So they've got all the right things in the laboratory there to make another run.
Brad pass overthrown on the left side, intended for Mr. Burchett. Bring up second down and 10. Interesting score of Tulsa interest. Broken arrow on top of number 2 Union, 17-14.
You mentioned Cushing. They're currently losing in the second quarter, 21-20 at Bristow.
Cushing will be a hard team to beat. I mean, you don't have the success they had and stink the next year.
Absolutely.
But they had a ton of seniors. I just remember that fence last year had a ton of seniors. Pass intended across the middle to number 4,
hit.
Braxton Davis. He was leveled as the ball got there, and the Coach Wagner's fired up. He's like, where's your flag?
Yeah, defenseless, helmet to helmet, lots of things there. You talked about our district opener. Cleveland at home lost to Hominy 41-12. That's an eye-opening score. That must have been last night, perhaps.
Glenpool Skytook. Glenpool's on top 14-7. Miami and Grove are tied at 14.
White hat blowing his whistle, asking Coach Wagner to get off the field. Coach Wagner, I don't mind it. He's fighting for our guys.
Van Pelt's kind of getting in his way a little bit.
That's just kind of one of those you don't want to see a kid get hurt.
Yeah, for real. Ashton Wright, the ball carrier. Not much there. Gain of about 3.
Another future opponent. Catoosa is at Stigler and losing 20-36 in the third quarter. Fort Gibson is at home against Berry Hill, currently trailing 13-7.
It's fourth down. Mustangs offense is still in there. They're in a go-for-it type situation. Brad being chased. Got a block. Got a man in the back of the end zone. Stampede. Touchdown. Pass complete to Jackson Lustig. You were 4th and long, and the Mustangs go for it with a touchdown to boot.
Great job there by Brad to just kind of keep the play alive. That was just a backyard play drawn up in the dirt. Good job by Jackson Lustig.
Sperry at Verdigris. Ball game's tied at 12 in the third quarter. Cassia Hall on top of Rejoice, 26-16. Lincoln Christian's on the road at Jones, 35-20. Lincoln will be a part of our district play schedule next year, I believe. Maybe.
I was just looking, and we got some guys needing some medical attention.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
I apologize for not listening.
You gave a stat earlier. How much Gatorade and water did we go through last week?
Talked to the trainers. Obviously, we gave them a shout-out last week. They're doing a great job this week. Asked them how much liquids did we go through last week. They said it was pushing 30 gallons of water. That's a tremendous amount of fluids.
A lot of fluids. Coach Wagner said every towel on the sideline was wet. There was nothing dry.
Yeah, they went to all new towels, gave everybody new towels at the half.
Yeah.
It was so wet and humid.
Blake, what's it feel like tonight down on the sideline?
Feels a lot better. It has. It's kind of sticky, though. It's kind of gotten a little bit humid, actually.
Yeah.
But
there is a breeze. I mean, if you look at the flag, there is a little bit of breeze. Coach Wagner said last week, literally, it was cooler before the sun went down because there was about a 45-minute window last week when the sun went down that the breeze stopped.
For sure.
And he said it's just like sitting in a wet oven and on top of you. Mustangs put 7 on the board. 3:05 left to play in the third quarter. They trail 35-14. Sam Hogue set to kick it away. Kind of a line drive kick. They're going to have to field something. Bring him down the 25-yard line.
Good job on the coverage there, special teams unit.
Number 4, Hudson Henslick. We've called his name several times tonight for the Cardinals on the return. About 5 yards on the return, so first down and 10 coming out for the Cardinals.
Can the defense come up with another big play? That drive started because of a fumble forced by Ty Cherry. Can we get another big play?
You can play the what-if game all night long, right? But if you can get a stop. The momentum, our fans are kind of like the heads don't seem to be as low. Touchdown seems to help everything. If you can get a stop here and get another score, you put yourself in a position going into the fourth quarter that a Mustang Magic might give you some boost.
Yeah, keep the pressure on.
Yep. Pass incomplete to the right side. I believe was intended for number 9, E.J. Edwards.
Good job there. Well, I think Warren Pierce had a hold of him.
Yeah.
We need to get the tee off the field. Blake, can you get someone to run
Yes,
out there and get the tee?
Go get it. Come on, Blake. Go get it.
I'm not that fast. You guys have both seen me. I'm not that fast.
Handoff. Brought down after a gain of about 7.
Maybe another Cardinal down.
So kudos there to Tucker Rogers for being the MVP on the tee retrieval.
Thank you, Tucker.
Thank you, Tucker. And got the sunglasses to boot. And the Cards have a player down. I believe it's number 32. Their kind of second running back, Scott Rigsby. Looks like a cramp maybe.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
That's just part of football in August and September. I mean, you can get into that too if an October warm game, but man, these first 3 or 4 games where it's just hot and humid and your body sweats, they've actually got 2 guys down.
Yeah, it was Rigby down. They're working on his knee. We'll hope he's doing okay. The other one is definitely just a cramp.
Number 51 getting up. That's
Drake DeVore.
DeVore, yeah.
Big third down for the defense here. I would expect to see the Cardinals keep it on the ground. As you mentioned, important part of the game here, if we can get a stop, go score again. Now you're within 14 in the fourth quarter. Anything can happen here. We've seen it happen to us, and we've seen it done.
Bend, don't break. Bend, don't break. Third down here. Big third down, I think, for the Mustang defense as far as momentum goes. Mustang showing a blitz. Quarterback's just going to try to keep it. He's going to get the first down and then about 4 extra yards.
That's really a hard play to defend because you've got an extra blocker. When you're just going to snap it straight to the quarterback and he gets to take off, there's no hesitation. And now you've got the running back as a lead blocker for him.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a wildcat, like where you
exactly
have an
it's
extra
exactly
blocker.
like that.
He's a young quarterback, sophomore. Honestly, haven't seen a lot of young mistakes out of him tonight. Skylar Mormon, he'll pass.
Good throw there
roll
on that
out.
second level.
That big target, number 4, Hudson Henslick. Enough for Collinsville, first down and 10.
That's what you can't do. You had them on third and manageable, 3rd and 4. Now they've hit a couple of plays. They're on your side of the field, and now you're going to have to fight, scratch, and claw not to give up some more points.
Special thanks to Chalkline Insurance Agency. Give Coach Brown a call, local insurance agent right here in Oologah. Appreciate all he does for Mustang activities. First down and 10. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, the play clock. Big number 10, their running back Jack Keith on the carry, gain of 4.
Chipped up there by Max Becker.
Will Rogers Animal Hospital, also another one of our great sponsors. Appreciate all they do for Mustang Athletics.
Need to come up with a play here that doesn't give up any yards, so it's 3rd and long.
Yeah. That big running back just falls forward. I don't think he's going to get the first. He's going to be about 2 yards short.
Yeah.
But he is hard to bring down.
He is, and you're doing a decent job. You're giving up 4 yards a clip, but the problem is that's going to equal a first down. And on this side of the field, I would imagine they're going to go for it if they don't pick it up. So you're going to have to keep them from getting 2 yards on 2 consecutive plays. That's going to be tough to do. You know, he's leaning forward. That should have been a false start by the running back. That gave away that quarterback sneak. But that was a false start. They didn't call it.
They have let these guys play tonight. I mean, you got to be honest. They sometimes we get officials that can add 30 minutes to a game, and they've certainly been pretty gracious early in the season to these guys. Will they be that way towards the end of the season? I don't necessarily know, but both ways. It's not necessarily one-sided. It's both ways. 24 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Cards get a new set of downs.
False start. I got it that time.
There you go.
They called on the wide receiver. Don't see that a lot. He kind of stutter-stepped.
They'll bring Ben Daniels into their lineup, back him up 5 yards. So first down at 15, forthcoming for the Cardinals. So kind of an interesting look. When we go to quarter, I'm going to ask our camera guys to, well, you can't see it now, but our cheerleaders have done something unique tonight with their cheer uniforms, representing the decades. Well, the clock will expire. But, yeah, not all of the cheerleading outfits are the same because they have some cheerleading outfits from the 90s, the 2000s. So kind of an interesting look tonight, something fun that they're kind of doing. So we are between the 3rd and 4th quarter. Going to take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be right back with Mustang Football right after this.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Have one of our camera guys swing over and get a shot of our cheerleaders. You can kind of see the different uniforms they're used as we come out of the 3rd quarter into the 4th quarter here. The Cards first down and 15 coming up. We do have a man in motion. Back to pass. Pretty open. He'll get a lot of that yardage back. It's going to bring him about 2nd down and 4. Mustang softball going on this weekend. It's the Oologah Invitational Tournament. Yep. Mustangs have kind of tied. You can probably explain that better than I can. 2nd down, 4 coming up for the Cardinals. They have pretty much had a flawless second half minus a fumble that allowed the Mustangs to score. Got a hand on him, but just couldn't get him down in time. I was going to say maybe short of that first down, so it's 3rd down and maybe a half a yard.
In softball, we went 2-1 in pool play, and so that made a 3-way tie. My understanding is it went to runs allowed. And we had, of the 3, we had the 2nd highest runs allowed, so we ended up getting 2nd in pool play. So we'll cross over tomorrow and play for 3rd and 4th at 10 a.m. on field number 2. Hope to see everyone out.
Quarterback's just going to keep it.
Oh, ball's
on the ground.
Oh, I think they got it.
I think he was able to fall back on top of it and should be enough for a Cardinal first down and 10. Halftime, we had a great conversation with Seth Jackson, our new FFA teacher. Welcome him to the Mustang family. And, man, it's go time for a lot of our FFA projects.
Yeah, being a new ag teacher is different. He hit the ground running in May. Next week we got some things going, but that next week is county fair. That's a big thing over in Claremore. He was fired up for that.
Pitch and catch, cross the middle, complete for another Collinsville touchdown. Ben Daniels. Kevin, this game reminds
me. A guy
me.
down. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like a cramp, perhaps.
This reminds me a lot of the Collinsville game at home where they went on to win a state championship.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of playmakers again, and playmakers in different ways. They got a power back. They got speed backs. Quarterback's playing well. Got some guys on defense making plays. They're going to be something to contend with in 5A. You're going to look up and see them making a deep run in the playoffs, no doubt. We've definitely made some mistakes, unfortunately, tonight.
There was last season, there was actually a little bit of an expectation for them to repeat. Now, they stalled out a little bit once they got into the playoffs, but you don't want to goal ball 2 years ago and then just stink 2 years later. You've got to have some depths, and plus there's something about a culture that gets that far, that those younger guys watch the leadership. They do what those leaders did. They learn how to win. They learn how to deal with pressure. They learn how to deal with those moments. And so Collinsville here tonight definitely showing the strength of their roster, strength of their program.
Yeah, definitely got some good depth over there on that sidelines. Hate it for tonight, but certainly wish them well up in 5A.
They don't want to put you on the spot. PAT is up and good. Do you remember where they fall in the rank of that 5A in their ADM? I mean, they're towards the top 10%, aren't they?
I'm not sure. I don't want to misspeak. That's something I can pull up pretty quick here. As
those are things that sometimes we look at, and you can be at the bottom of 4A in terms of that. It's called ADM, average daily membership, but really it's your average daily attendance. And play somebody that significantly has a couple of hundred more kids in their high school. And Collinsville has, just as a community, has grown. Incredible things going on in there. They've got some neat stuff planned for their downtown park that just recently been released.
They're kind of in the middle. They're sitting there at 872.
Okay.
We're at 520 for comparison. So they're not quite double our size, but
good 300 kids in the high school.
But then next week we go to Claremore. They're the 5th biggest 5A school at 1262, so they're over twice.
But they are in 5A.
They are in 5A.
Okay. I'm easily confused, and sometimes I can get things. So I do recall Claremore being in the top half of theirs. There was a time Claremore was in the 6A2 bunch.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they were. They went backwards a little bit, but they're right at the top. They redo that every couple of years.
Collinsville's done nothing but pooch kick it all night long. We'll take it at the 25 on a knee. Wade Peters actually will make the catch. The Mustang offense come out first down and 10. Blake, did you play in the game against Collinsville where they went on and won the state title? Was that your senior year?
No, I think it was the year after. I think they went to the semifinals my senior year.
And off up the middle, Stovall still churning. Big hit. Gain of about 5, maybe 5.5 yards. Second down and 4 coming up through Oologah. Labor Day weekend, so parents don't drop your kids off at school on Monday. Coach Wagner will probably be the only person here. Handoff up the middle, first down.
Good to see us still turning out some first downs. Stovall out there running hard. It's a flag in the middle of the field. They've moved the sticks.
It's going to be some type of unsportsmanlike.
It's a dead ball.
On the defense.
Yeah, it's a defense. So
there was a little bit of a tussle and a little bit of talk.
Some extracurricular.
Yeah, probably about grades or something after the first one.
About somebody's mama. Don't talk about my mama. A lot of these guys know, well, even with social media, you know, I remember back in the 80s and 90s, Oologah kids knew Collinsville kids. That's what made it such a rivalry.
Yeah, that's only become more prevalent with
social media.
Social media, all the competitive teams that there are, they grow up playing on some of the same teams.
My youngest still lives in the home, and we'll talk about this kid, and I'll be, how do you know that? No, never mind. I know how you know that kid. It's social media. So. Two receivers to this side of the field. There's nobody to the far side. Hand off up the middle, made a good cut. Good gain. 8 yards on the carry. Braden Stovall, the ball carrier. Second down and short coming up for the Mustangs. 9:38 left to play in the ball game. Be nice to get some more points on the board. Mustangs go quick. He'll get the first down, pick up maybe a yard or two more. Gain of 4. First down and 10 coming up for Oologah. Mustangs are down, but playing with intensity.
Yeah, Stovall's running hard. Offensive line still getting a great push. Looks like number 67. Maybe Cooper Robinson comes out.
He rolled across the finish line. It's like, ow.
Warren
Somebody
Pierce
stretch
going
it.
in for him.
Brad had an opportunity. He's just going to tuck and run. Get knocked. Run out of bounds. Gain of about 7.
That'll stop the clock with 9:03.
Cooper Robinson was the lineman on the sideline with the cramp.
Looks like Ryan's looking at his knee right now, kind of moving the lower leg a little bit.
Hand off up the right side, right up the right side. Jaden Tanner on the carry. Late flag will come in. From that guy behind the defense.
Yeah, they're looking around. Personal foul on the offense. I didn't see that, Blake. Did you get an eye on that?
I didn't see it either. I knew everybody was kind of looking around like nobody knew what happened.
Mustangs did get a first down. So does that start the downs over since he got the first down? Or is it a play over type situation?
I don't know. They're showing second down.
Well, they're backing the chains up. Well, if they're going to move the chains, that should be a first down.
Yeah, they're getting there right now.
Okay. Handoff. Jaden Tanner. Gain of about 9.
Just another workhorse we've got in our running back room.
Well, Blake, you've said that tonight, that just how good our running back room is. And, man, all of these guys have shown a lot of great promise. Next man up.
Got, Jaden Tanner's got a little different weapons than Ashton, right? You saw him kind of just sticking his foot downhill and, running over people. And it's good to have a lot of options in your arsenal.
Gain of 7, first down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. 8:24 left to play into the ball game. Join us, Phil. on the franchise app a little after 11 o'clock. We always visit with the guys in Oklahoma City, across about 20 radio stations across the state. Brad being chased, got some room to run. Pass complete, cross the middle.
Late flag over here. Not sure what they're going to call.
Davin Shondell for the pitch and catch for the touchdown. We'll see what the laundry represents before the Mustangs celebrate too much.
Coach Wagner's not happy, so he saw it.
Is it a situation where he's not happy at the refs, or a situation where he's not happy at somebody in a blue jersey? Mustangs are backing up like guilty as charged.
Some scores in 4A. Skytook at home trailing 14-7. Glenpool on top there.
So the touchdown will come off the board. It's a
Wagner.
15-yard penalty, first down and 10.
Sorry to talk over you.
No,
Wagner
good.
24-7 at Coweta. That's a rivalry game. Hilldale all over Edison Prep 21-0. See if we can do that again, guys. We need to score.
Ashton Wright, the running back, will actually move out into on the line as a receiver. Brad's going to go, being chased, going to make a cut. Still on his feet. Out of bounds, enough for a Mustang first down and 10.
Nice job of running there by Brad.
No quit. Like, just kept moving his feet. So it brings up first down and goal. Ball's going to be spotted.
Right at the 10.
Yeah, right at the 10. Ashton Wright's the running back. 7:34, and the clock continues to run. Brad, screen pass. Out to the left side. Made a man miss.
Oh.
Ball came loose. Pass complete on the left side to number 3. Ryan Tunnison.
Yeah, Ryan Tunison. Good job there by Tunison.
He took quite a hit. Asked to come off. Can't say it's not playing.
Yeah, he took a big hit there. I think that was the old, someone had him low and someone hit him high. Nice little hydration break for both teams. It's still warm out there.
And he was coming off and may have been advised to just lay down.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that.
I think he tripped.
He tripped, yeah. The
turf monsters are real.
guy. Special thanks to Midtown Auto and RCB, proud supporters of Mustang Football. Kerry Ballard with Holmes Realty and Subway. Eat fresh. Subway, it's right off 169 in Oologah. Great sponsors. Mustang Athletics. Great community partners.
Second down and goal from the 5. We got half of it there.
Ashton Wright in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. There's nobody to this side. Brad, cross the middle. Jackson was cutting. Ball hit him in the hands. He's going to lose sleep over that one tonight.
Yeah, that's a ball that Jackson normally catches.
Yeah.
Jackson down.
I think he fell. I think kind of the way he fell.
He's up,
Maybe
but unfortunately
cramping,
he'll have to come off.
Good student section in attendance tonight.
Not sure they didn't signal a timeout, so I don't know.
I don't know if the clock stoppage because of the injured athlete went ahead and you guys water up.
Safety first.
Speaking of safety, this week we kind of announced as a school district kind of some of our safety policies in terms of attending ball games, and just in the culture and the state of things we live in today, we're just doing everything we can to make sure that our fans and families and spectators are safe when they come to a ball game. So if you haven't been to an Oologah game this year, there are a couple of changes when you get here.
Yeah, they're asking and encouraging everyone to use clear bags. That's kind of traditional if you've been going to any big event. Smaller bags, clear bags, staying in your student section, those sorts of things.
No backpacks.
Wildcat.
Pitch around. It's just been that kind of night. It's just been that kind of night.
Scott Van Pelt would call that the pitchy woo woo, and that's just not working tonight for us.
The
pitchy woo woo. Ball's on the turf. Not sure. I think that was going to be some sort of perhaps throw by Garrett.
With 6:54 left to play on a turnover. Turnover monsters kind of eating our lunch a little bit tonight. Really in the first half just kind of gave Collinsville 14 points. It's not necessarily been the difference in the game, certainly been difference in momentum. So Cards will get the ball right at about the 12-yard line, first down and 10. Handoff up the middle, not much there. They're going to say no gain on the play, second down and 10.
Let's see who met him in the hole there, but that was a big hit. Brady Evans, perhaps, number 20. Good job by that young man. Still playing hard. 6:30 left here in the game.
Another handoff up the middle.
Tackled by Max Becker and a host of Mustangs there.
About 5 yards on the carry.
Bring up third down and 5. Be nice for the Mustang defense to get off the field here. Perhaps give the offense a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yeah. Collinsville not in any kind of hurry with 5:40 and counting. Play clock's down to 12. Pass incomplete on the left side. Brings up fourth down, so your defense will hold.
Yeah, good job there. Tighter coverage, I like that. Not playing so far off and forced a bad throw. They're going to line up like they're going to go for it. Surely they're not.
All right. They're going to pooch kick that away.
High spiraling punt. Take a Cardinal bounce.
It's Mustangs after a turnover. First down and 10. You got 5 minutes to work on some offense.
Be nice to punch one in here, get some confidence, get a good feeling. Score is maybe not indicative, but we just haven't capitalized on some trips in the red zone. We've had 2 trick plays in the red zone that have the ball's been on the turf. One they took back all the way for a touchdown. It could be a much closer game right now.
Yeah, this is one of those you're going to look back and go, man, the score just tells a different story than the moments. High snap. Brad will take. Run around the right side, up the middle, going to cut back across the field, get the first down, and then a little bit more. Down to the 40, gain of 20 yards on the play. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Good job by Brad, and great tackle by number 5, Ben Daniels. If he doesn't make that tackle, I think think Brad probably scores there.
And off up the left side, Ashton Wright. Good carry, doing what he does best. Gain of 7.
Nice little jump cut there.
You can see a rise above the swimming pool. Beautiful moon.
Kind of almost a full red moon. That is beautiful.
Brad Ashton's going to pick up a big block across the middle. Man, ball was just knocked high enough that they had time to get under it. Interception from number 18 on the Cards. It's Talon Rush. But I got to give kudos to Ashton Wright. He picked up a guy that was coming on the corner, and Ashton gave Brad just enough time to make the pass. And, you know, unfortunately, that INT goes on Brad's stat sheet, but, you know, that ball just hit a pad and went high.
You know, I'll say this, especially from a quarterback standpoint, the running backs that you want in the backfield for you are not only the guys that can run the ball, the guys that will lay their body on the line for you.
And he did.
Ashton does a great job of that.
Defense back out there, 428.
Hand off up the middle. It's off to the races. Can somebody knock him out of bounds? Number 32 on the carry. He's been pretty prolific tonight. That's Scott Rigby.
Yeah, we've mentioned his name quite a few times.
Lustig will knock him out of bounds and save the 6, but that's a huge play. Big chunky yardage, which will kind of honestly slant their rushing stats on 2 big rushes on the night. I mean, you think about it, between 2 plays, yeah, they've had 180, 170 yards rushing, so.
Cardinals going to feel good about week 1 here. Down to the 1, I think.
Number 45, running back for Collinsville. That's Cage Boyd.
Almost guarantee you they'll keep it on the ground here.
Mustangs on the road next Friday night at Claremore. And off up the muddle, untouched until he gets in the end zone. Again, that's number 45, Cage Boyd, so he'll put 6 on the board. On the road at Claremore, and then a week off. Kind of prepare yourself for district play. I think Coach Wagner really likes that. Play your 3 non-district games and then kind of have a week to reset. If you have any injuries, gives them an extra week to kind of heal.
I think most coaches that play 0 week, that's why they like that bye week to kind of refresh your body. They like hitting somebody else a little earlier. That, you know, if this was week 1, you'd had another long week of practice.
Yeah.
And, you know, we played pretty well for 0 week, so we've had, quite honestly, we had more mistakes tonight. Probably has something to do with who we're playing, obviously. Still some time. 3:10. See if we can get some points on the board. Hear Mr. Matthews and the band play the fight song one more time, hopefully.
Fans, some of them are headed towards the exits. Some are staying the duration. Just an absolutely turned out to be a beautiful night.
You talked about being on the road. A little different look for the broadcast. We'll actually be on the roof of the press box. We'll take some tables and be up on top, hopefully. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer next week. Not quite what we had last week, but definitely warmer than it was this week.
Thanks to Armstrong Bank, working right along beside you more than 100 years. Advanced Homes. Visit advancedhbi.com. Building your dreams. They got some great projects. If you're looking for land, kind of a new custom-built home, talk to Brian, let him build your dreams for you. Mustangs trying to make a return out of this. To be honest with you, I feel like, on average, the Mustangs have had a really good return game tonight.
We have. We've started some drives on the plus side of the field. Definitely had some good returns there. I know we haven't really broke one per se, but we've been starting in great field position. That has not been the problem tonight.
Got some speedsters. Want to take advantage of their giftings. Here comes that Mustang offense. 3:03 left to play. They have 2 timeouts. Cards have all 3 of theirs. Brad going to come around the end. He's got some space. Got a great block out here from his receiver. Down the sideline, down to the 5-10.
They're going to say he stepped out.
Oh, did he step out?
He stepped out. He did a great job.
You were right there, too.
I hate to tell him that his foot was on that white line.
I knew it was close.
Why don't you buy you some blue glasses, Blake?
Hey, I wasn't going to say nothing if that ref didn't see it.
You wasn't going to be the one to point it out. Stepped out of bounds the 21-yard line, but a great run for that young man. Will add certainly to his rushing yard stats for the night. So first down and 10 for the Mustangs from the 21-yard line. Mustangs in kind of a tight package. And off around the left side.
Good hard run by Stovall.
Special thanks to Will Rogers Animal Hospital, located right off 169. Neely Insurance Financial Services, serving your financial insurance needs since 1951. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics. Brad going to run it again. Going to get the first down and then some, down to the 5-yard line.
Good to see the Mustangs fighting here.
So I'm going to give A for effort on the trick plays, because I think we've seen more trick plays tonight in our playbook than what we're used to. The problem has been execution. You just had a couple of moments where, hey, that might have worked, but it didn't. And so A for creativity, handoff, Stovall into the end zone, Stampede, touchdown.
Yeah, Bobby Bowden, famous coach for Florida State, said if you go for it on 4th and 1 and get it, you're a hero. If you go for it on 4th and 1 and don't get it, you're the dumbest guy in the stadium. Hindsight's always 20/20. Yeah. Obviously, that guy won some national titles. He's been called everything under the book. It's good to hear the fight song again, though.
Yeah. But I appreciate that. Hey, again, we talk about the preseason games. You'd love to win them. They don't matter. But you know what those plays feel like now, real time, real game execution. And
good.
Hogue's PAT is good. And so now you got something to work on, because you might need those in your tool bag as you proceed through
100%. And I'm going to find some time over this holiday week, and I'm going to watch this game again, because I know I have blue-colored glasses, but it could be a lot closer. I'm not saying we would be up, but it could be a 1-2 score game.
You take 4 plays out of this game, and we're not talking about who we're playing next week. We're talking about just the intensity of this ball game.
100%. Good to see us fighting, though. 2 minutes left, 49-21. You'd expect us to kick off and them to probably just run the ball in the game, but not going to end up for the Mustang faithful the way we would have wanted. Good to see us fighting. Lots of things to build on. We ran the ball consistently well against a bigger team, a team with more guys, more depth.
Yeah.
That's
just
good to see.
Look at their roster size.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a front and back.
Yeah, and of course they've built a great program, have a great coaching staff. We know several of their coaches. I know it's a rivalry game, but these guys all relatively get along well.
Yeah, it's been good. You know, there was some nonsense on social media this week. I want to shout out some of their administration. One of their parents reached out to me. We were able to squash it before it got out of hand, before it added any animosity. We really are. It is a rivalry.
It is.
But I
But we're
promise
all
you,
Oklahomans,
in 2 minutes and
yeah.
3 seconds, they'll be rooting for us the rest of the year. We'll be rooting for them.
Absolutely. I would love to see Collinsville make a deep run at the playoffs and win a gold ball.
Well, pooch kicker, we're going to be able to get to it. Oh.
Number 18 for the Cards will recover that. Talon Rush, we called his name a couple times already.
That's a great catch by him. That's one of those that's designed if we can get a bounce and get the ball on the ground.
That is just an absolutely beautiful moon tonight. It's full moon, so people, animals might be a little crazy. It's almost full.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's your Oologah mouth, but
I don't know that last 5% really matters in terms of the craziness.
Hey, the kids were great today. We had my 7th year, we had the best, for my money, and I know I talked to a lot of teachers afterwards. They loved it. The best pep assembly we've ever had. Most participation, most school-spirited, most well-behaved.
That's awesome.
It was just a high school. Kept it just a high school this time. We're going to have an all-school one coming up towards the end of the month. But it was a lot of fun.
District-wide, we've just got some incredible things going on. It's a great year to be a Mustang. Off to a great start. I believe enrollment's bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah,
So
we're up there as far as when I've been here. We're as big as we've been. Biggest high school, biggest district.
I think we're just under 1,800 students.
Yeah, that sounds about right. High school's about 520.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6 for the Cards with 1:44. Clock continues to run.
We should get a little bit bigger next year if things stay the
Yeah.
same. That 8th grade group is pushing 140.
Got a new boys basketball coach. Maybe we can get him on Meet the Teach.
Talk to him about that this week.
One of those segments, kind of hear a little bit of his story. Quarterback's just going to keep it. He's not going to get but a couple, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation. I believe Zane McGee is a quarterback now.
Seen a lot of helping people up tonight, patting each other both ways. Saw a corner and a wide receiver there blocking the heck out of each other. As soon as the whistle blows, they're both kind of patting each other on the back. That's what you like to see. That's what athletics are all about, win or lose.
Hand off to number 32. He's still carrying. I think he'll
gonna fall forward.
Get the 1st down. And that's just sheer movement from him in that line.
And they won't have to
Stop
snap
him.
it again, guys. They might just to get one of those victory snaps in, but I bet they don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be on the YouTubes next Friday night. All things work well about 6:30 at Claremore. Then we'll take a week off and start district play at Cleveland. Blake, so good to have you back on the sideline tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. I really hated missing last week, but it's good to be back.
Kevin got tired of just having to talk to me.
No, always a good time with you guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate new cameraman. Appreciate Jason Streeter running the show. It makes it easy for us. It's a lot of fun. Wish the score would have been better, but
This has been a great start because the first 2 games are at home.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times our equipment doesn't necessarily get used for, 9 months or so. And so we got to get stuff all out and wired together. And so it's really good to be able to set it up and be at home in our own comfortable stuff. But we'll pack it up and we will take it on the road next week. So, Blake, any final thoughts from you tonight down on the sideline?
No, I think there was a lot of good things that the Mustangs did tonight. Obviously, the scoreboard wasn't one of them and not what we wanted it to look like, but you've got to look at the positive. It's a non-district game. They're bigger than us, and they're a really good football team, and we played a lot of good football in the first half against them. There's just, like we said, 4, 5, 6 plays that if we don't make a mistake and turn over the football or penalties or, allow a big play, then this game, I'm not saying we're on top, but just like we said, the score's a lot closer.
yeah, I'll echo what Blake say. I think our mistakes are correctable mistakes, execution, that sort of thing. It wasn't just blindly just speed, like we were totally outclassed per se. I think it was just execution tonight. We can clean those up next week at Claremore.
Man, I do think you have a lot to build on. I really do wish Collinsville the best. I anticipate them making a deep run. How far in 5A playoffs? Not sure. This game feels a lot to me like the year they won the gold ball. And, man, I think this is one of those, as you go back and watch it, you pull 5 plays out of this game, and it's a completely different ball game. So,
yeah, absolutely.
guys, let's talk about for the Mustangs. Who would you consider to kind of be the MVP? Like, who gets that trophy tonight? Blake, for you, who would be your, if you're ready, who would be your Mustang MVP?
You know, I'm not gonna take any credit away from the rushing and Ashton and the O-line, but I really think Brad showed a lot of good things of what he did tonight. After he kind of got settled in, we saw a lot of good stuff of being able to make plays with his legs and being able to run around in the backfield and kind of sling the football down the field, extending plays. So I think that's really good. The more he develops and the more games he gets under his belt, that's only going to get better.
Yeah, I saw lots of good things. I know I called Brady Evans' name a few times. I feel like he played really well, as did a lot of people. I'd be anxious to see stats at the end of the game, but I like what I saw from that young man.
Man, I'll tell you what, Ashton for me is kind of an obvious pick. He just continues, even, had a moment in the game where he was beat up a little bit, came out, just continues to fight, fall forward, make the cuts. And so for me, he's definitely the BK MVP. But I got to tell you, I got to give – I feel like walking away from this, they're going to be proud of their return game tonight. I feel like the Mustangs really on that part of special teams, not all parts of special teams, but that part of special teams, I think there's something there. I think throughout the course of this season, something's going to pop.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think overall special teams, except for one play, the drop punt, we covered well. And as you mentioned, we had some good returns even on punt. And we just have more playmakers and more speed back there. I think you're right. I think you're going to see us pop a long one before too long.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Guys, we will be on the air next Friday night at 6:30. Blake's been an honor. It's been a joy to have you, Kevin. Thanks.
Absolutely.
For our camera guys, Drayson Streeter, and all the Mustang broadcasting crew. We are out. We will see you next Friday night at Claremore.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character